So for the present, as you guys are exiting the airlock that takes you to the bridge, I believe that three of you are in exosuits and one is currently not in an exosuit because you only had three between the four of you. And like you mentioned, the bridge was open to space. And as you come out, you hear the yipping, the noises, the shouts, the cries of these beast animals that have caught scent of you and are moving to attack. So what I would like is for the two characters, John and Brian, make sure that you've equipped yourself with either of the weapons of your choice. And just to remind you, I believe you had the choice between a Vulcan carbine and a a Vulcan pistol?
Yeah, it was a Vulcan pistol, and then the soldier had the carbine. So
any weapons that you have on your characters, you have. In addition, you can have a carbine. As we enter initiative with three beasts that are coming towards you. Oh, that's very interesting. All right. And at the beginning, you will see again the Nicatra handout. Three of these creatures are attacking you. And the first one kind of it sees you and it kind of calls out to everybody, and it's the guttural language it uses is unfamiliar to you, but there seemed to have been, last time you encountered them, some intelligence, and you hear something like and they charge down this hallway. You could see them making their inevitable way down to you. Which will leave us to John. I believe this is your character.
So just to confirm, I'm the character of Ruya, the Legionnaire. Am I, or am I the?
You're just going to use your character, and you can change the name when you have a minute. But we're going to play your turn order.
Okay, fine. Okay. So. I guess I've got some form of blade, or some sort of light weapon. I don't really see. What were the weapons options? So
okay. So if you check equipment on the bottom right, bottom left, sorry, you probably got like some kind of pistol or a rifle.
It just says add item, and it's got tons of stuff. There's nothing actually on the sheet.
I understand. Okay. Why don't you go ahead and add a weapon of your choice? We're going to skip down while you are doing so. And again, Vulcan carbine, if you like, or a bladed weapon, or multiple of those, that's fine. We didn't give you much time to prepare. So go ahead and grab that. And we're going to go down to Alice, who's also making it closer to you. And Dr. Armita, you are next to react. So I will remind you, if you're using a Vulcan carbine, okay, you need all three actions to go into automatic mode, which you don't have because you're just getting into initiative. So if you want to, pull the weapon up, you only have a regular shot. With the Vulcan carbines, automatic mode allows you to keep re-rolling your dice until you either get all sixes or your first one. Your first one will indicate that a magazine is empty, but you can keep firing and trying to get those extra sixes in automatic mode until you get a one. So for your first time, if you're going to be firing the carbine, then it's just going to be a regular shot at this point. Automatic mode is not available to you. If you're shooting any other weapon, then it's exactly the same.
Yeah, go by the accelerated pistol. So, yeah. So that's right. They like came at us and they babbled. Are they moved to attack, or are they just still babbling?
Oh yeah, they're full on attack.
Okay. I'll snap off. I can aim shot, can't I? Yeah, I thought we could use some action to aim the shot and then get to cut the +2 bonus, and then I'll.
Yeah, that again. The aim shot allows you one re-roll, I believe, but that will require that extra action. Now remember, it's a 3 action point system, so it is 2 actions to fire the weapon. 3 action for automatic mode with the carbine.
There's 2 shots then. Okay. Yeah, let's take a regular shot then.
If the other Brian was here, he would help me and remind me if I'm actually applying the rules correctly. But
yeah, I'm trying to remember where I had my PDF. But yeah, I'll just take a regular shot.
Sure.
MB. Range combat. +1 bonus.
Yeah, and if you actually equipped your item, meaning if in your equipment you see that the circle is filled beside your weapon, you'll see it in your actions, and it will take in all the modifiers for you. And while we're doing this, I'll remind people that as a reward for us starting late, and as a reward for sticking with us, if you live in the Ook, you may be eligible to win a very special prize that has been donated to us by Free League themselves. So,
oh no! This one was donated by a member of the chat, of the stream, of our group, of the Discord. You know what? I'll get there in a minute. This very copy of the Coriolis Third Horizon core book could be yours. Instructions will be in chat very shortly.
Excellent. So, Lloyd, you got 1 hit. Which one of the named NPCs did you want to hit?
Egret.
Excellent, because that's the one I can get more easily to.
Guy.
That's all good. And your damage is 2 or 3 on your weapon?
Just 2.
Excellent. Okay. Oops. Let's go back. Sorry. And we are going down to Zebo. We have Zebo. We don't have Zebo.
Yes, you do.
Yes. But we are going to call you Omran for our purposes.
Oh, okay. So I need to switch that.
Yeah, that's me. So, as a matter of fact, that means that you would have gone. Then we'll put you there for in the meantime. So go ahead. What is that Omran, for the purposes
apparently
of
I have
chat?
a Vulcan carbine. I also wanted to know, it lists a exoshell, so I'm wearing an exoshell?
You know what? Yes, you are wearing the exoshell. That's fine.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Just putting that on there. All right. And so I'm going to... do I need... It has a dexterity on here as well. I guess... Is that affecting the dice pool?
It will.
It will.
It will automatically. Yeah.
It'll help you out the aims. Oh, nice 3.
Oh.
So, I love 3s, and I'll tell you why I love 3s, because your crit threshold is 2. So your first hit is hit, and it will apply the weapon damage. Now, you have a choice. Choose wisely. You can apply extra damage, which with your extra success, or we can roll on the critical hit injury table.
I'm thinking that critical hit to injury table might be a good idea.
It is a lot of fun.
Can be quite nasty.
Very much. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll 2d6. The way to do that is to hit that little white star button at the bottom and then add a second 6. You're going to roll it, and that's because I don't know where tables are on this system yet. I'm still getting quite used to it. but
It's a 1 and a 3.
did keep it here just for that. A 1 and a 3. Oh, a sprained wrist. Okay, that's unfortunate for you.
That's disappointing.
Any dropped item is which one were you firing at? Which
I
named
figure
NPC?
I'm probably firing on the same one just to try to take one down. So Egbert.
Okay. So yeah, Egbert, you're going to remind me because Egbert is going to be coming next. So he's going to have a -1 to melee combat. You can see they're not carrying any weapons or anything. I mean, they're animals, vicious animals. What they're doing on a rescue ship, or is it a slaver ship? Depends who you ask. One might make more sense than the other, I suppose. So that Egbert will have a -1 on his, and all of his melee attacks, which brings us to our our pilot.
Ooh. Now we've just kind of arrived on the scene, haven't we? Really. So it's going to be blind panic. I'm just going to take a single shot. I think it's not going to be aimed. It's just going to be pointing at one of these things and letting him have it.
All right.
Let's see what happens. Haven't managed to roll a hit yet. Oh, look at that!
Wow.
Now I'm never a big fan of Nigel as the name, so
I see.
this is going to be aimed at Nigel.
Excellent.
Poor Shaggy Nige.
Poor Nigel. So yeah, I'm gonna. We're gonna. I'm gonna. Ooh, I think I'd like to roll on the critical table as well, if I might.
Yeah, you may. And is your weapon damage 2 or 3? You'll remind me.
That's a good point because it's different, isn't it? It is different. No, this is a Vulcan pistol, so.
Pistol. Okay.
Yeah. So
That is 2 points of damage. Go ahead.
Okay. Do I still get to roll on the critical?
Oh yes. Yeah. The threshold has been met. At least that's the way I'm playing with it. Sorry guys if it's not.
Okay.
I love this table.
Let's see what happens then.
Oh,
okay.
64.
64.
Well, we all know that us alien players know that 64 is. In fact, for some reason, I do have a memory of rolling a 64 in an aliens game.
Was it bad? Have you got like PTSD from it? Were you on the receiving end?
I didn't quite live long enough to have the PTSD, but I do apologize for getting my brain matter on one of your boots. I do apologize for that. That was my fault. Very inconsiderate of me.
What's that? Yeah, I mean,
this Nigel, who you obviously hate, I named him wrong, now has a severed aorta.
That's going to hurt in the morning.
He falls unconscious. Oh no, that's in D6 hours. Oh, I can still use him. Okay, good. All right. Well, I have D6 minutes to use him. He is going to be pretty much getting one attack against you and then be out of the game, I believe, as he still runs towards you. I'll remind you, next round, they will reach you. And we are at Roya, which is you, John.
Yes, and I've worked out how to get a weapon now, so that worked perfectly because I only had a melee weapon anyway. So
excellent. Okay,
get closer.
Closer.
So one of the things that Roya / Samio does well is understands the limitations of the human body. And so you can see they can see the weakened parts of the creatures that are heading towards them, and almost insouciantly, they have a sword kind of up the arm behind their back, like samurai style. You can like step forward and just like contemptuously lash out with the sword at the first wounded creature that gets near them.
And let me. I'll translate that action for everybody else. As a courtesan, You basically know how to kick somebody in the nuts, I guess, is what you're getting at here. So go ahead and make your
somebody in the
attack.
nuts with a sword.
Exactly. Yes.
It's more about holistic awareness of the human body, but yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I click on sword
All right.
and then click on the X in the middle, and is that it?
No, you can actually go to your actions. If your sword has a little
Okay. Yeah.
In the equipment tab, you'll notice that if you've got your sword listed in the equipment tab, there might be a little empty circle to the far right, a tiny little dot. You have to click that so that it turns white, and then your item is equipped, and it will create an action for you in the actions tab. If that makes any sense
Just a second.
at all.
Okay, so I've clicked it. It's a little button. I've got an atom sign. Oh,
No, you don't want that one.
No. Okay. There we go. Right.
Yeah.
Sword, dice pool.
There you go.
You do it.
So what you're going to do is you're going to notice that when you play your character on the left-hand side of the screen at the bottom, it should say skills, actions, equipment, and trackers. You can go into your actions, and if you see your weapon under the actions, give it a click, and then you'll have the option to roll it. If you don't see it there, go back into your equipment, and you'll notice that your sword has a little round circle next to it. We want to make that circle filled.
And then I've got use, edit, and delete.
Use.
No. Okay.
Use.
Yeah.
Okay.
There
There we
you
go. Yes.
Oh.
Now, are you happy with that roll? Is that a roll that you're going to be keeping for yourself?
Not really. I think I used to have one on all my stats, so I might need to have a little tweakage on there. But no, I'm not very happy with that roll, to be honest with you, Jake.
All right. Well then.
I'd quite like to push
Would
it
you?
if I could.
Yes. Okay. That's fine.
Oh.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, I got one. There you go.
There you go.
Now, to be fair to you, I think you may not have the correct character because
Well, I've just woken
Samuel.
up. I've just woken up.
No, yes, understood. So if you wanted to try to go ahead and actually use the character that was in the pre-gens, you might notice a little bit more success. And in addition to that, what I'm going to do is, since we skipped over your turn, that this is your first turn, and with your samurai sword, you can go ahead and make another roll, but you're going to be using 6 dice instead of 2. So why don't you just go ahead and at the bottom where the little star is, go ahead and roll, add 6 dice to it. And then if you know how to, it's just on the action button at the bottom. It'll be easier for you to roll like that in the meantime, and then we can sort it out while I attack everybody else.
So just click the dice symbol 6 times, and it will create a dice pool. For
What the
you.
U symbol sounds.
Yeah, you see the little click the little white star in the middle at the bottom of in the middle of the screen at the bottom, and you
That's
should
a
see a
sword.
D6.
Yeah.
No, you should just on the actually in the middle of the beneath your character portrait, your character thing in the middle of the screen. There's a big white round button.
Yeah,
with a
sword.
star in it. You click on. Oh, does it say sword? Okay. What's going on there?
He worships the faceless one.
Oh, I got it.
No,
Yeah,
in
okay.
addition to us not seeing it.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
There we go.
All right. And how much damage does your dice do to Nigel?
After all that.
How much damage does your weapon do?
I think it had a 2 on it.
Excellent. Okay. So Nigel was the one who was lunging the closest. And he is going to be taken out for now of the game. Simply because of the massive injury that he suffered as a result of getting a nasty hit. That was enough for you to just take him out of the game. So we're going to put him down there for now.
Boy.
And the next is Alice. Alice is particularly vicious. up up and close. Let's see. How is Nima like? How is Nima dressed in terms of in the exosuit? I understand.
Yeah.
Are there any special designations on it, or is it just a regular exosuit?
There might be some
know if
kind
it's
of insignia on there, but I guess
personalized. Okay.
I'm assuming it's got his name on it.
Yeah. Okay.
And maybe is there a symbol for the Ghazali if he's a crewman from the Ghazali?
Yeah. No. There's no. There would be, but you don't have that.
It's his name.
Okay. All right. Excellent. All right. So we have 4 characters. So I'm going to just go down here.
A little patch that says "Furries go home."
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I hate.
Another week kink shame on IMT, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. What can I say? I'm a
Excellent.
dog guy.
Well, you know what? I guess it makes sense that as Roya stepped forward with his sword, that Alice is going to be attacking Roya, since he kind of came up to meet and to encounter them, and indeed you just took down, one of her mates, and by that I mean friends, really, because this is it's an over 18 broadcast, and we gave a warning. It's her mate. You killed her mate. And she will go ahead and claw at you.
That's a lot of dice.
That is a lot of dice. I agree. That is a lot of dice. Now, the question is, of course, how much damage does it do? So let's take a look in here and see if it mentions it. Yes, weapon damage 2. So you can go ahead and take 2 out of your 8 hit points, and I'll let you kind of manage that through your trackers, or you can just manage that on your own. You have suffered a mighty blow that has easily taken at least 1/4 of your energy and life force. But now
the Samio character that I'm assigned to has 2 hit points. So
yeah, I understand that. That's why I mentioned it was 8.
Yeah.
Your character blank. Your character is, by the way, blank, which is why I mentioned maybe it could have picked one of the pre-gens when you joined instead. That's my fault. I didn't go over it with you. We'll do that maybe at the break.
Right.
But in the meantime, Omran, Brian.
All right, and so we're just gonna use. Okay, that works.
Just
All right, so we've got this creature attacking right up next to us.
Oh, just took a piece out of your courtesan friend.
Can I just put that barrel right up into their center of mass and just fully automatic fire?
Yes, you can do that all 3 actions. I mean, basically, you'll be firing at it. I want to make sure that you don't have to suffer a -2 roll for attacking with an automatic long-range weapon in close combat. So
if I click on that, is there anything I'm going to need to put?
So yeah,
there?
basically the way that it works is you're using all 3 of your actions, which means that you actually sacrifice the 1 action that you might put aside to be able to parry an attack. So anybody attacking you will not. This game is, again, a 3-action system, where some actions have. If you want, then you're just firing once.
Okay, then I'm just firing once. How do I get out of that? Delete. No, cancel. Wait. There we go. It's gone. So firing once. Use.
Okay, a single success. And I believe that you were firing at Alice.
Alice. Yep. Switch targets to Alice.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's and your I believe that your bonus is 2 for that. Your weapon damage is, or is it 3? I believe it might
this
be
is the
3
carbine.
if it's a carbine. Yes. Okay. So that is at 3. Excellent. And that's 2 of your actions. And so we're back to the good doctor.
Okay, well, I'm gonna carry on trying to like see if I can take down Egbert. A name like that, you know.
I think we've got an
With a name like
infestation.
that, you're just putting him out of his misery.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a regular shot. 3.
Oh, nice. Wow. All right.
Crit
So
as well.
what are you choosing to do with your crit?
Probably just maybe let's roll on the table.
All right.
Yeah, we should always roll on the table.
Of
Have the
course, if you have a choice. I mean, you might actually sprain like a tendon or something, and that really hurts. Oh,
The
55. I need my.
Oh, that's on the bad end of the scale. Jesus.
Yes, severed artery on the arm. Okay. This
smart.
creature is also Egbert is not long for this earth. So let me at least take the hit points off of him. But I mean, really, I don't think it's gonna. And it's a pistol, correct?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, very good. So, it is Egbert's turn. Now, Egbert is very angry. He knows he's in the middle of his death throes. So he is going to look at all his life choices he has before him now.
This will be one of them.
Yes. And actually, it looks like he was maybe lunging more towards Nima because he sees that Nima's kind of ready. But as Alice sees it, Alice like shouts out a bark or something mid-order, and his lunging for Nima seems to stop, and he takes a swipe for the good doctor instead. Now, maybe because you just hit him, and that's why. Maybe you attracted the attention, but there was something very odd that was happening there. And so it is going to.
It's a sudden loss of blood.
In the lore of the game, are non-humanoid sentient life forms known to us? Are they prevalent or?
Yes, I as your memory is coming back, you would know that it's a good question. That these are Nikatra. These are a vicious, a semi-intelligent animal that are used both by military as trained as trained. I'll call them combatants, but they're also could be used by slavers. You notice that these have collars around them. I'll give you that much, since you're asking.
Are they dog tags?
Maybe cat tags in this case. I don't know. And go ahead and take 2 points of damage from that attack, Dr. Amitra. And Nima, there's something you must be a very lucky person because you just avoided an attack that you clearly see caused a lot of vicious damage to the good doctor.
Ooh.
Still standing. This is just a scratch.
It is just a scratch. Just very deep.
Bleeding scratch.
Bleeding scratch, yeah. Oh, sorry, it's my go. Jesus.
Oh, yes, no, my apologies. I should have been more clear.
No. I'm seeing that happen. I guess Dr. Wana is standing right next to Nima at this point. And so I bring the gun round to point straight at Egbert I won't close my eyes and pull the trigger, but I will pull the trigger while it's jammed right in this thing's face. Maybe. I guess we'll find out. Oh
Nope. 2 successes is a success.
Yeah.
If you're happy with it, you can keep it that way.
I think you'll find it's 2 successes, Jake.
I think you'll find that it's a single success in this game, whereas 1 success is barely a success with consequences.
Okay.
It takes a little bit more than that, given your weapon, to get a critical success.
Oh.
That's why your threshold is 2. You need the 2 extra.
Indeed. Still, I'll take that. I'll take it. It's a hit.
Yes, 100%. Who are you hitting?
It was the Egbert has just attacked Dr. Wanner, who's standing right next to me. So it's that one. I've just brought the gun around after shooting at Nigel. Swing the gun round as it attacks Dr. Wanner and whack, fire a shot straight into Egbert.
All right, excellent. Is
Take
Egbert
that.
also a name that you don't like Nigel, Egbert?
I mean,
or
I've
do you
got
like-
nothing against Egbert. I
good.
kind of
Excellent.
maybe pity him more than anything.
That might fit. Okay. And you are reserving your last action, then, I guess, for a parry.
That is indeed what I'm doing.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. All right. And we are back up at Roya.
Okay. So was almost slightly sadness in their eyes. You know, I look at Alice and goes, "I know, darling. Heartache can be so hard." And swing the blade again. And let's see if we can just a bit quicker this time. So click on the. Oh no, that's not right. So
Yeah. 6d6 is it you want?
6d6. Okay, so click on the name. Click on the star. Oh. Click on the dice. 2-6. Got it.
Oh, are you okay with that? Well, I'm fine with it, to be honest.
Don't you listen to him, John. Don't you listen to him. He just wants you to give him a darkness point again.
Is that what happened? The darkness.
That's why. That's exactly. He didn't tell you that, but that's exactly what happened.
If you decide to push the roll, then I get to bank something.
I see. Well, I think otherwise she's going to go and hit me, and it would take resources to heal myself. So I am going to push it. I think I can do better than that.
Oh, you can.
And you did. And what is the critical threshold of your weapon?
2.
How would you know?
It says on the left 2 next to the weapon. Is that the critical threshold?
I think you have to view the weapon.
Overview.
It's in the middle.
Quantity 2.
And
threshold.
okay. All right, so then it's just a solid hit, and which does 2 points of damage.
No, two successes. Does that mean a crit on the 2, or
no? It means you need 2 additional above the success.
Okay.
Otherwise, we'd just say 1. So how many points of damage does your weapon do?
2.
2 points, and that is on Egbert.
No, Alice.
Oh, Alice. Oh, you're hitting Alice. Okay. Well, that means something. And we'll just reduce Alice's hit points. And that will bring us to Alice.
Who the?
And Alice will, will attack Roya since they seem to be engaged now.
No one ties me down, I'm afraid, darling. But
Oh, come on.
There could be wedding bells.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Bite. Yeah, she'll come in for a bite.
Has any reason why
We're
these
also
two should be joined?
matchmakers this evening.
Ooh,
Ooh.
a lot of dice.
Ooh.
That is quite a lot. And so I believe that, yes, I will be using, and will even be kind, I'll say that that's going to cost me 2 darkness points. And I am definitely rolling on the critical hit table as you take. Oh, yes. Let's see, how much does the bite do, actually?
1?
4 damage.
Not the bite, it's the poison they have to worry about. Well, the rabies. No.
There's something new to inject into my veins.
Oh, 14. Oh, that doesn't sound so bad. Again, we've gotten a sprained wrist twice today. No, it's a sprained ankle. So you fall. You fall down, number 1, for this round. And
4 damage as well.
you still sustain the 4 damage. This is just the additional effect.
Yeah.
It was a vicious, perhaps you even fell down, as a result of wanting to get away from the bite. Like you're moving back, you stumbled back, and you will have a -1 to dexterity and infiltration. And I'd say you are pretty much in bad shape now.
Yes.
You are close to not being really good. You might want to consider medical treatment.
Well, if only the doctor was around. It's slightly occupied at the moment.
But we'll go to Omran, which is Brian, which is good for us because the first Omran was also Brian.
All right, so I'm going to.
It's a good Omran.
Alice is still right here. She seems to be the biggest problem, and she's definitely given the orders. So I'm going to go ahead and fire at Alice. No.
And that misses the way it is.
Push it.
Yeah, I'm going to push.
Is this it? You're all counting on Jake being the nicest guy in the world and not using any
success.
darkness points.
One
That's what you're doing.
success.
I
he
can't
used
use my
2
puppy
already,
dice.
so-
I'm gonna keep it.
Right.
I did get 1 success, though, so hopefully that.
And Alice,
We were just throwing them out at him yesterday.
It looks like, I don't know, maybe their fur is a little bit toughened. Maybe it's chemical, maybe it's physiological, maybe it's could be that it was even engineered. Who knows? Anything is possible. Here we go. All right. I must figure out how to consume less resources to make this more smooth. And we are back at the good doctor.
How's Egbert looking?
Egbert is looking like it's in the middle of throes of battle, but he is not looking great. He has minutes to live, but minutes is enough time to do a lot of damage.
That's right, put him down.
Okay.
No, nothing on my end.
All right. Excellent. So that will bring us down, I believe, to Egbert, who, realizing that he's a little bit, in bad shape, is going to look around. He sees Alice. He kind of barks something and tries to take off. Tries to just head off in the other direction. Back to where he came from.
Don't stop him by any means.
I mean, he's going to die eventually anyway. He'll sort himself out.
Yes, exactly. It sounds like a problem that'll solve itself eventually. And we are back at Nima, who is on mute because it's Mark.
Anyway,
It looks like Alice is the only one there. She looks very alpha.
okay. Can I instead then just try to intimidate Alice
Sure.
in some way and get her to back off just by pointing the
Sure.
gun and yelling?
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, that's what Nima does. He just stands there in front of this thing, points the gun directly at her, and says, "Get away!"
All right, so that's a manipulation roll.
Yeah, my specialty. Actually, it's not, is it? Let's see what happens. Oh,
Wow.
1
Well,
success.
given that limited success, we're going to go with Alice looks at you. Looks at what you're wearing. Comes up close to you. Gives you a big wet lick on your face.
Get your coat. You pull.
Okay. I don't know much about these creatures, or maybe Nima does. I don't know.
Give him a scratch behind the ears.
Is this a bad sign?
There's blood dripping from her claws at the same time.
Okay.
Where'd you get your coat from? Is it
My
your
what?
coat, or have you acquired your coat? You acquired it from somewhere?
No. This is Nima's exo shell that he's wearing. I guess he just says, I just say, just back away. Back away. Shoot.
Roya, you've stumbled. You're on the floor. You're kind of trying to hope like together whatever was inside your body that is trying to exit your body.
I like the parts inside.
Yep.
But it's not eating you. I take that as a good sign, Nima. Obviously,
You've got a new friend.
it's had positive experiences with other people in that sort of armor. Hey, on
You
it.
think? Gun is handy.
How weakened does she look?
These look like beasts that are capable of handling themselves. At this point, they have been wounded. I mean, 2 have been wounded severely. So you've seen that these things are by no means, super animal, or are they?
Alice
Maybe
has
just
been
got a
injured
couple
then.
of lucky shots at them. Who knows?
Alice has been injured, right?
I gave a slash across the muzzle.
Yeah, Alice
Fine.
has been injured. Yes, so you can see that Alice has been injured, but still is perfectly capable of fighting.
Okay. Is she fighting?
No,
now?
I
Does
think- I think we may have got off on the wrong foot. Especially this damn thing.
She was just asking directions to the restrooms. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I can't do anything else anyway, but
Yeah, Roya.
I think we've all made a bit of a mistake here. I think we all got to be carried away. I'm sorry about you.
Are you trying a manipulation roll?
I guess I am. Yeah.
Well, I'll allow you.
Is the other one actually dead? The one I hit with the sword, or is he still alive?
There is one that is lying in a pool of blood. That is dead. There is one that ran away, and I will allow you, given your special skills, to actually make a culture roll instead of manipulation, if you like.
How would I do
if
such a thing?
you've got if you have any points
As-
in culture, you can roll, but if it's a 0, you can't,
Yeah.
right? Because that's a special skill, isn't it?
Right, exactly. And as a courtesan, I imagine that you would, but again,
Ooh.
we may need to ad-lib that depending on how filled in your character sheet is currently.
Not very. Let's just
Okay.
see.
So roll the standard 8 dice for your culture check.
Okay. Tiny little numbers.
Wow.
All right, it's a solid success. So with that, you kind of understand the animalistic mentality, but you know that this is tinged with a little bit of intelligence, and so you are attempting to verbally communicate, I guess, surrender. Maybe you're exposing your neck
What can I
as a
say
sign
is
of.
that we're fairly evenly matched. Yeah, we're fairly evenly matched.
Mhm.
Let's just
Okay, so you kind of expose your neck to the jaguar, but look at it and say, "Don't you dare!" At the same time, mixed messages you're trying to send.
unpredictability. Who knows what will happen?
Okay.
I could die. You could die. Yeah. He could die, or he's dead.
Oh.
No one's going to win, and no one's going to win if we keep carrying on like this. Let's just everybody calm down a bit.
Excellent. Okay. And with that, I believe, yes, that would be Alice's next turn. And Alice kind of looks around, kind of
You can do better
quizzically
than him.
sees
It's fine.
the other one
Move
that
on.
has kind of in the floor, sees the other one that ran away, looks towards you, Roya, gives a growl, and runs off. Now, the one thing that I will remind you is that time is ticking on a group of survivors that are currently in the chapel. However, you now have the more immediate danger of party fellow members that absolutely need medical attention. And so I think we have a choice to make now.
No choice.
As everything is kind of settling down, I will remind you that if you go ahead and you look at the cruise liner one more time, you will see that you kind of where the bridge is, in that area. It'll take you, we'll call it 1 unit of time to get to the med lab. Or it'll take you 2 units of time to get to the chapel to see how you're going to help. However, anybody who suffered an attack and was actually injured by the cats, your exosuits are no longer worthy to be going out into space. They have been compromised.
It's a good thing I wasn't wearing mine.
Actually, would they have given us armor? If they had all they non-protective suits.
And the locker was just weapons, I think.
Well, I'm very, very badly injured and would really appreciate a bit of tender loving care.
Well, we're not that kind of adventuring party.
Oh,
Soon,
There are
It would be
people
good to
trapped.
stock up on some medical supplies.
Well, that's
Yeah,
back in the wrong
right.
direction.
Finding
The,
more
the
survivors.
chapel's that way. If we head to MedLab, we're heading in the opposite direction. Those people are gonna, well, they
Yeah.
might die.
I think unless I get some serious medical attention, I'm in danger of passing myself. Thank you, Nima. Observe, see what this creature has done to my belly.
Let's get some duct tape on it. I mean, I can give it. I can give you one of my M doses.
Oh yes, I mean, Doctor, if you can resolve this particular here, then I would gladly skip off to the chapel.
So we were the thing, but like, okay, I'm going to inject it in 3, 2. By the way, I'm not a medical doctor. 1, bang.
What are you, Doctor O?
Archaeology.
Oh,
No successes.
Oh.
I don't know how the M-doses work.
You get the bonus to metallurgy using the MDOS, I believe. Although, it's a good thing we're giving away a book of Coriolis, so the future person who receives the book will be able to review this and then correct all the mistakes we made in playing the game.
You're right. We should just burn this book and not give it to anyone.
Exactly. No. So, do we have an MDOS, or no? You know what? I'd like to play for a little bit longer before we go into a break. So let me just see if I can quickly find the MDOS is on page 112.
Yeah, I can't remember
if it does offer benefits.
7 left.
Okay. MDOS, once for stabilizing wounds or treating poison, disease, or radiation damage, called life insurance or first aid in soldier slang. Although the legionnaires are in the belief that one's carbine is the first aid instead of referring to an MDOS as the fuse or the last aid. An MDOS should only be used together with a med kit on its own and only gives a +1 to metallurgy. So, you may have received no benefit.
Well, I suppose I could, I don't know, maybe offer a bread to the Lady of Tears.
No, okay.
Whoever didn't get it, push it.
Yeah, push the needle a little harder.
Still made no difference. Anyway, you're gonna die.
Well, there you go.
This could be a difference then.
No good. Medical rate.
So
There were no ones in any of that.
where are we heading?
I'm electing medical bay. The people in the chapel could have medical issues, and if we could turn up, and then we have to go and get medicine for them anyway. So if we go to the medical bay first, we can get whatever we can, and then go and see what state they're in.
All right, so it seems to me like Roya starts to head out in the direction that is opposite from the chapel.
Limp
on.
Should we just wait for them to go around the corner first? And then we'll go to the chapel.
No, we better all stick together. Maybe
I thought you'd say that.
Roy is right. I suppose no good if we're injured, right?
Well, that's what I said earlier as well. That also we may meet, that's for our own supplies as well as for others that we may come across. It might be helpful.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so we're going to move you on to where I have to stop playing all these other people. Unfortunately, everything that I prepared now. Let's move all of these guys down. And I'm not sure if you guys can see all of the... Actually, let's click that to get rid of this. Let's get rid of playing Alice, because we're not... I'm just going to bring us into... And I'm not sure if you see the screen. Everybody can see the screen where you kind of are now by simply clicking on the upper right, the right-hand side, that first... the first little button on the icon. That should take you to an area of the ship as you guys are moving on to the medical bay.
Yeah, click the little icon that looks like a little map.
Yep.
The brochure.
Yeah.
And we could put your icons on there, but in the meantime, we're going to continue Theater of the Mind this. And but you do know, you do see that as you come by, there is a rather imposing, tall but gaunt figure who looks at you and says, "Oh, good. Praised be the icons. Thank God, more survivors. What what the heck happened to you? Come right away. And we'll usher right away Roya into basically the emergency lab.
Thank heavens.
Over here, yes. And get you in there, and it's like, what were you attacked by? What the heck happened?
There were some large beasts with pointed ears and fangs, and she took a rather large nibble out of me, and I lost some things that I'd really rather not. I'm pretty certain there were some squidgy purple things that were supposed to be inside. Yes, if you've got anything that could patch me up, it'd be much appreciated.
Just lay still, and he starts to work on you and kind of give you. Oh, look at that.
Tickles.
Exactly.
Ooh, not a good roll.
And you again. Not everything is. It just means we're going to spend a little time here, and while we are spending a little time here, and again, we'll decrease this little tracker. Probably really means nothing in any case. You are at least being stabilized for the moment. Maybe, not invigorated necessarily, but you are being stabilized. And you notice, let's see what the others are kind of doing while this is happening. This is the first time you've seen really, other than the other, survivors here, that you've encountered, that you've saved.
How are they looking, the people in here? I mean,
a lot of them are looking like they've been suffering from radiation poisoning, and you can see that there's a lot of discarded M doses that have been used already for the radiation poisoning. I mean, if this was a ship that was destined to save mining workers, you could be sure that they'd have a lot of M doses specifically to help with radiation poisoning. So there are quite a few, and when I say quite a few, we're looking at a number here of probably let's even call it maybe close to 100 people that are all kind of around. You've kind of seen that everybody is kind of coming around to where the med bay is, the ship. That's where everybody who seems to have been surviving has been coming.
Made their way here, right? Any of them look like crew?
Sorry?
Any of them look like crew members? They're wearing crew uniforms? No?
Not that you can see specifically. And there are quite a few of them there. Although I'm going to say that you do notice that in one area over here, there is a person here, and she looks like she is kind of talking to a flock of people, saying, the icons have chosen us for a very, very, very special mission. The icons have spoken to me. I have heard their words, and everybody should just be calm. We will plunge into the Hamurai Star. This is the will of the icons. And in our deaths, we shall be with the icons. We shall serve them in our afterlives. Just accept our fate, and we will be going to where the icons are. I have seen it. The icons have spoken to me.
What, you propose we do nothing?
Are you a faithful of the icons?
I am.
Well then, yes, we should do nothing, but not just nothing. If anybody tries to save anybody, or tries to get this ship not to plunge into it, we should hamper their efforts. I have seen that this is the will of the icons. Nobody should ever get in the way of the will of the icons.
But surely if someone managed to get the ship back up and running, that would be the will of the icons as well.
There's no getting this ship up and running. Oh, you're only fooling yourself. You have to embrace the will of the icon. Any open act of defiance will only anger the icons and risk our very position. The icons are testing us. The icons are testing our faith.
I mean, it can't be much of a test for you if you've already given up. We believe in the icons, and we believe that they want us to save these people, or as many as we can.
Oh, 100%. Save as many people as you can, so that together we can gloriously plunge into the stars and that hot sun and serve the icons ever after.
Well, what point would that serve?
Well, it is the will of the icons. Who are we to understand the will of the icons? Are you capable? We are mere humans.
So you're admitting that you don't understand them either, so...
Ah, but they have spoken to me.
Sure.
I know that this is the way.
They told you do nothing. Sit here and just die. Is that what they told you?
I have had visions, and you're going to see that there's on the table in front, she has this like sugar cone, and she kind of spits on it. And as she spits on it, you can see this darkened, like bloody kind of gob of spit goes over it. She starts to kind of rub it a bit over and stuff like that. See, this is merely nothing. This is used by people who do tricks. I have had the true vision. I have seen it in my dreams. Have you not had the dreams?
You have radiation poisoning.
If it is the will of the icon that I have radiation poisoning, then that is the will of the icons.
Well, you're likely to be dead before you even get to plunge into the stuff.
Yeah, it's not the will of anyone. You do have radiation poisoning.
And I'm going to say that as you're kind of having a discussion, there's one survivor that kind of like nudges you on the side. Specifically, it's going to be Dima. And she goes, yeah, I could see by the wings on your exosuit. You're a pilot, aren't you?
I am a pilot.
Excellent. Listen, I may have a way off this ship, but unfortunately, the pilot of my ship, he didn't make it out of stasis, unfortunately.
You have a ship? Is it
I know of where there is a ship that is still in use, but I need something from you first. There's a very special cargo that I have stored on the ship that I have to get off the ship.
What is it?
It is worth 25,000 burr to you to get it off the ship, and 40,000 burr if you don't ask what it is.
How much space is it taking up on the ship?
It'll take up enough of the cargo hold. There'll be plenty of space in the ship for that.
Where is it?
And she'll tell you exactly where the cargo is held on the ship.
Where the ship is.
Oh, the ship is, yeah. The ship would be on the other side.
Okay. Does she give me an actual location, or is she being vague about it?
She's absolutely going to give you a location. And again, I have the codes to get on the ship.
Perfect.
But I absolutely need my cargo. Without my cargo, I may as well let the icons take me. Do I have your word? You will help me get the cargo off the ship.
You have my word that I will help you get the cargo off the ship.
Excellent. Okay. So you have, a mission. But you have the location of a ship that will help you get off of here.
Okay.
as well as cargo that will need to be moved from one side of the ship to the other. But, by your estimation, you probably still have a good 14 hours to accomplish that.
Okay. So the cargo isn't already on the ship. That's where
No.
I've gone wrong, isn't it? Oh, I thought I was being clever, and it turns out I wasn't.
Oh, I thought you were gonna like just check it out the airlock and be like,
That's
well,
it. That's what I was thinking.
where's my money?
Where you'll get the cargo off the ship. That's exactly what I was planning on doing, and then trying to get as many survivors on the ship as we can. So that's my intention, anyways. But I'm not telling
Okay.
her that clearly. You
Excellent.
have my word. Yeah. So where we need to get to the cargo.
We need to get to the cargo hold. You'll need a couple of people to help move these large crates and to get them on the ship. But if you can pilot the ship, we can get out of here. Leave all these people to their doom. It doesn't matter. They're all nuts. Half of them are going to die from sickness, although there is a good Samaritan here, a good doctor that seems to be healing them, but And at that, and again, while Roya is still kind of healing and stuff like that,
Yeah, I could
you're going to
use
see
some
that
personal
Brother Ramus is coming out, and he's accosting this woman and saying, "What? You're nuts! Are you still trying to convince people to plunge to their deaths? We have to try to save people. We can get out of here. We could see if there are any ships that are viable. Yes, some of them have been damaged. This has already been checked. But the ships on the port side, there may be one or two that are still unaffected. We haven't had people come back yet from there to let us know, but there's still a way. We shouldn't give up." And you can see that they're starting to have an altercation, and he is just getting exacerbated. He doesn't like her plan.
No.
Am I still? I'm still conscious, aren't I? Like 8%.
Yeah, you're conscious. You can, be moving around freely. You are stable.
Okay, fine.
I mean, doctors, say you should rest probably.
See the only doctor here.
Yeah. He seems to be the only qualified person here, and
Who's that terrible howling woman?
you should rest for 2 weeks. He says, just not on this ship.
Well, it doesn't sound a particularly restful place. Who on earth is that mad woman making my head hurt?
Oh, but disciple, my name is Romina. It is a pleasure to serve you in the name of the icons. Will you accept the word of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and plunge into a sun with us?
I haven't heard of that particular icon.
No, correct. Yes, I mean yes. Will you join us in celebrating our deaths as we plunge into the stars and serve the icons on the other side?
Who's us?
And you see, she has a couple of followers that seem to be listening to her, and these people are desperate. They've lost hope. They don't have really anything. They're all weakened, and a lot of them seem to be taken in under her influence. I mean, it's they are in a precarious situation, and a religious symbol is trying to give them comfort in a way that maybe
it doesn't look like she's got the ear of the entire room.
No,
There's just
absolutely
a few people
not. No.
just starting to come over, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, once we've exhausted all other possibilities, sweetheart, absolutely, we can say yes. This is the final will of the icons. Let's all go in, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm pretty
Heretic! Are you defying the will of the icons? Heresy! Blasphemer!
I've got a very sore head.
Yeah, but
keep
look
the
at what the
ranting
icon.
down a little bit.
Look at him. Look at what punishment the icons imposed upon him.
Well,
it looks
the
like
icon
he was
is a big cat.
viciously attacked. And why?
There's a-
Because he is not willing to accept the word of the icons, the visions that I have been privy to.
Right. Okay, sweetheart. Have any of your previous visions ever come true?
I will be honest with you. I never really had previous visions before. That's why I know this to be true. The icons have never spoken to me before. Sure, this sugar globe that I have, I freely admit, I was a charlatan. I did peddle minor psychological tricks on people in the name of religious prophecy. But ever since coming on this ship, I have had the dreams. I have seen the visions.
You're an admitted charlatan, and you expect all of these people to believe you right now.
It sounds like you're still a charlatan, or you forgot to go into cryo sleep when we went through the portal.
Look at our position.
There's, I can't work out what the grift angle would be here, to be honest. If everyone plummets into the sun, the only thing I can think
exactly, son. What?
Hang on. I've not finished.
That's not the way a conversation works. Okay.
No. Please, let me get to the end of my thought, and then, if it's relevant, you can have a response. So either you've done something absolutely terrible in your past, and you want to make sure that no one is able to access it, and you just want us to all go burning down in flames, or you are quite mad, possibly by the advent of some form of radiation sickness, as evinced by what you've just spewed out of your mouth there. There is, of course, I am a man who has deep respect for the traditions of the icons, and there are some individuals who they choose to speak through, and blah 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 blah. I do not believe that you are one of them.
You see, he freely admits that he is not a believer. He is not a believer. We should not listen to his words. I have nothing to gain from my prophecies. My prophecies are a gift to you, to the people, that you could be comforted and accept your fates and make yourselves into something greater in this next life, which we all so generously deserve.
Escape pods on the left side of the ship, yes?
Hey. You want to send me to the icons early? Look at this! I'm being attacked for my beliefs. Is this a way to be? Is this a way to be speaking? And apparently, she now has
I want to go see the
gun to the back of her head. We are back, and we have a situation now where we're going to allow our courtesan, Roya.
Samia. No, Samia. It's so confusing.
Because this is a professional production. We can react to last minute changes without any problems by changing our characters' names and entire concepts. It's very easy. Yeah. Yes. So we have Samuel that made an impassioned speech to this religious fanatic, but was it really to this religious fanatic, or was it more to the masses that were seeming to cling on to her every word and join her and perhaps not take so kindly by having Omran bring a gun up to this priest's head? I mean, who pulls a gun on a priest, really? So we are going to start off with Roya. Please go ahead and make a manipulation roll.
Manipulate that crowd.
Okay. Manipulating. Not under actions, because it's only got combat actions.
I know it'd be under skills. Under skills, manipulation. Yes, in the skills tab. Yeah.
There it is. Manipulation.
You can right click on it and click use
yes.
if you like. Yeah.
Yes. Just
There you go. That is
yes, I'm getting quicker. Ooh.
It's a lot of dice, but
Okay.
Oh man.
And just
I
like
mean, I
that,
can do- I
nobody
can do better
noticed the
than
name.
that.
You can you? Well, the question is, you seem to be going against the icons. So praying to the icons for a better outcome. Well, let's just see what consequences
Well, yeah,
that
but I
has.
believe I didn't believe that she's actually followed by the icons. So my pride is stronger than my humility.
Okay, you have one success.
Squeeze it.
Oh, yeah, okay. And I did get a darkness point for that, so we can interpret that a little generously. So, I mean, while people are not sure the way that they are feeling about this now, nobody seems to be taking any immediate action to the fact that their religious cleric now has a gun to their head.
Well, I guess the aim was we were trying to discredit her.
Yeah,
You know, she
100%.
said she was a charlatan, so
And again, with that single, just barely success, people are beginning to talk and question. But now they see this gun come out. And they haven't seen many guns on this ship. And you hear some voices saying, "See, I told you they were slavers. These people are slavers on the ship."
No. Look. What actually happened? Is we're bounty hunters, and we've been brought in to bring her in because she's ripped off some very important orphanages or something. Yes, we didn't want to make a scene originally, but it looks like she's managed to convince and bamboozle some of you. So we're just going to obviously put her in a nice, safe place, look after her, keep her well fed, and in the meantime, we'll have a rational discussion about what we do about this situation with the ship sort of heading sunward.
Okay, so you've taken a new tact, and you're now discussing the fact that you are actually bounty hunters, not slavers, and have actually come looking for her because of all. And some of them will go, "Is this true? Is that why you left Coriolis, where the center where all the icons and their messengers seem to be going? The followers seem to be." And you left? Did you leave because you were in some sort of danger of being caught from something? And a couple of people are beginning to kind of shift around the narrative. Well, we'll just see how much they are. But go ahead and give me another manipulation roll.
Manipulation, yeah.
oh, nice.
Now, the question is: are you happy with that roll? And you're set that what we're gonna take, or
Are you happy with that success?
are you okay with those two successes? I'm fine. I could, one way or the other. A tracker will be
I'm happy with
adjusted.
it. Yeah. Thanks very much for asking. Yeah.
Okay, for sure. Okay, just want to make sure. Glad that that's working out well. And Romina is going to actually come out and say, "That is a horrible lie. You don't understand the will of the icons. I have never been in trouble with the law before. These people are clearly slavers. Look at them.
Oh,
They have guns. They have weapons. We knew that this ship, that's why the icons are plunging it into the stars, to punish the slavers, the evil people who have taken you all. And you're not destined for slavery. People, you're destined for greater things. You're destined to serve the icons in the afterlife. Embrace this test, pass this test in the icon's eyes, and be willing to and get that gun out of here. What are you going to do? Shoot me? The icons are going to take us all. And she's going to try her manipulation.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Look,
oh my
to be fair,
not to smile there.
to be fair,
trying not to smile.
I did ask if you were happy with that roll, and you were completely satisfied, and you have no regrets for any of your life choices and stuff like that. But there's just something about your argument that perhaps,
I mean, maybe it's just the fact that I've got some liquid in my ears from the stasis, but to my layman's knowledge, I thought I heard her say that she was a trickster and a con person, and she talked about her ball. I mean, was it just me who heard that? I don't know. Did you hear that, random person?
And yet, the Icons has blessed me with the visions. Just like no matter what you have done in your life, my dear disciples, the Icons forgive all. If only you accept the Icons into your life. Admit your sin, and you shall be cleansed of it in the burning fires of the Hamurai sun, which will cleanse you and give you the ability to be holy and serve the Icons in the afterlife.
I mean, after being told I can be forgiven, maybe I just need to pull that trigger.
Exactly, maybe. Helps to have a master's degree in religion.
Can we have a little confab? Can we have a little confab, gents?
So are you still threatening her with a gun, or kind of has the crowd kind of, as they look on at you in kind of a menacing way? And of course, there are other issues at hand, perhaps, that are also priority of yours.
Let's just pop the iron back in the pocket, Eamon. Let's just pop the iron in the pocket. Let's just have a little confab. Just the four of us.
Yeah. I think while all that was going on, I will go back to our meter, and I want to say, I know where there's a ship. They can get us off of this thing.
Good.
And that we could try and save as many of these people as we can, but I don't think...
Yeah. I think the ones that don't want to be saved, we can just leave them to their own devices.
They're going to keep...
So we'll save everyone who wants to be saved.
Yeah, but
she's going to make sure we can't leave.
We don't tell her? I mean, do you think she was trying to stop us from leaving the med bay?
I think I'd be worried they'll try and do something to the ship if they knew. If we intend to go to the chapel beforehand.
Well, if we convince them
how big is this? How big is this as a ship? How many people can we get on it?
I don't actually know, but there's a sizable cargo hold. That I do know.
It's just a matter of life support.
Yes.
And with that, it comes with a couple of fewer Raggold followers than before. Is our good friend Komoro Vi. And he says, "People, your savior has arrived. I have found out that we have four escape pods. Each of these escape pods will hold 8 people. Now, I know that there's a lot of you, so I think we're going to do this in a very fair manner. Everybody get your names together, and we're going to put them in the pot. And let's see, out of these 4 escape pods that I found, 4 times 8 is 32 minus 1 for me, of course, 31. There are 31 slots up for grabs on these escape pods. Let us organize ourselves so that we can actually get off the ship. I have found a way for us to save ourselves.
We should get out of here. We leave these fools behind.
Yep.
Yeah.
The doctor.
We need to. Is there any medical stuff
do we know where we are? You don't look at star charts or anything?
But the doctor is actually going to come up, Brother Ramus, and he's going to tell him, what are you talking about? We have other ways we could save the people. We do have pressurized cargo holds that should be able to hold about 40 more survivors each. And he goes, "Oh, don't be silly. You're not going to stuff people in a cargo hold. Pressurized. It's dark. It's dank. Who's going to want to be in there? I mean, better just to take 31 more people to come with me completely at random. You know what? 30 places, because we're going to need a doctor in my escape pod. Good Brother Ramus, you will join me, and we will auction off the other 30 spots. Yes, how shall we do this?
If you want to die, take an escape pod that's close to a sun.
You could basically purchase everybody for free. Will get one chit to be chosen out of the hat. But if you pay an extra 100 burrs, you can get an extra chip. We'll go up to 3,000 chips because somehow that seems to be the limit of how many submissions were allowed, for each one individual person. And now people are all getting
into the sun.
Excited.
Everyone gets in the sun. You can go in without your burr anyway. So, we'll just pop that in the pot. Otherwise, they're just going to get frazzled by the heat. I'm sure the icons have no use of it. In fact, Priestess, you may as well just hand over yours now, or anything you've got on you.
But even then, say you escape and this is Brother Ramos, say you do get to the pods, you will not be able to escape being pulled into the sun. We will need some sort of vessel with a pilot who can then come and collect the escape pods. That is what we need. We need to find a ship. Whoever goes into the escape pods, your fate is surely going to be as sealed as those who stay on the ship. You're just going to be pulled in. The escape pods they don't have the thrust to get out of the gravity pulling us into the sun at this point.
So what do we do? We give them a tow?
So yeah, you could your medium freighter would be able to accommodate, it's not a sure thing, but it's right now. Plan B is better than the current Plan A, which is to plunge into the star.
I'm leaving the kitchen to sort this out. It sounds like it needs mastery physics or something, which I was not paying attention.
Just forget about all of that. Look, there's people in the chapel, and they're probably dying as we speak. We need to go and get them.
Yeah,
out.
I want to look around, see if there's any medical equipment that we could just quickly grab, med kits or medi injectors or whatever, to be able to take down to the. Temple.
Sure. Go ahead and if you feel you have the time for this, and we have nothing but time, so let's go ahead and make your observation as you're running around there doing that. 100%. That's a good idea. Okay, and one success will give you at least another med aid kit that you can start adding in the meantime to your inventory. Okay. And 10 extra.
Search, how do I find the equipment?
You would just add equipment. If you go to your equipment, you go add equipment. I believe that it's all open for everybody. And an additional 10 M doses can be found there. And as you add them, just read the description so we'll be extra clear on what those could potentially do for us later on.
With the M doses or the
M doses are.
The M doses
are chapel. Then we think they've got radiation.
Oh yeah, the M doses were the same one: anti-radiation, +1 to metacurgy. And did anybody want to have the doctor minister to them?
Yeah, I did. Some basic first aid just to get that points, hopefully.
All right, so we will do Brother Ramos. We will.
Did I get a crutch, by the way? My twisted ankle.
And how many of the med?
Yeah, the twisted ankle, I believe, is 1d6 minutes for you're much better.
Okay.
But so you should be fine. Let's just now do Brother Ramos's actions are.
How many M doses were there?
Metacurgy, a 10.
Just a pack of 10? Okay.
Yeah. Now, he gets a +4 for being on the med kits. Those beds. So 1, 4. And... Oh, did it actually? Let me just view it. Sorry, edit.
Didn't do it.
Sorry, edit. Yeah, so it's +4, okay. And... now I should be able to. Sorry, did you have a question?
It didn't do what I
Oh,
asked.
yeah.
All right, 4 successes. So go ahead and apply. Oh, four, yeah. Apply the results of 4 successes. Or do I use a darkness point to push it? No,
Want to make it even better healing.
not in this case. And enough time has passed, so whoever else would like to try to be benefited from this, they could.
I think I will. I'm still on 2 hit points.
Oh, good. Okay, let's do you again
2 is
as
plenty.
well.
It's 2 more than 0. It's 2 more than
Exactly.
dead.
I bet you I get 0 from this now. I'm not doing anything. Oh, you got 1, so you can apply the 1 success from what that means for Metacurgy. In case you're wondering, that's first aid, correct? So, well, that's wits, not that's Metacurgy. So, Lloyd, what did we say happens when you do a first aid?
It's just a Metacurgy roll, and then the number of successes is how much you heal.
Excellent. You got 1 more hit point. And has anybody else been wounded and want to be cured? Spend a little more time here.
No, not me.
Now you can get a move on.
Okay, excellent.
Might replenish my M doses on my med kit just before we head out.
Yep, I just grabbed.
They're able.
Well, you guys had
And
10 within the
positive
party to work on, so.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you get 10 per med kit. So I've used 4 of mine already.
So I'll hand you the other 10. Is there a way to drag it from one person to another?
You could add a tracker,
But actually,
basically,
we have
to.
it. But
or,
we
yeah,
grab some
have
from
them.
the medical bay rather than from each other.
Well, that's what I did.
So that's what you did. I
Okay.
mean, Brother Ramos needs the M doses for other people that are coming in. It's not a. But what you were
pick
able
them
to
up
find
and
from
you can put them on your-
spares, that's what we have. Not unlimited.
I'll
But,
remove
I mean, you know what?
them.
If you want to have them, I don't think it matters. So you could if you want.
That's
There
why
you
I'll
go.
keep a tally.
So
Alright.
you have now 16
Yeah.
or 14.
Ooh.
And I've got
Chapel.
the med kit to be able to take over to the chapel to help carry it.
Brother Ramos,
Yes.
do you know of any more exoshells that we might be able to use? There's some people trapped in the chapel. We need to go rescue them.
Oh. Well, yes, there should be at the nearest airlock to where the chapel is. Make your way to that airlock. There should be. Not sure how old they might be. This is a rather old ship, but they probably do have the exoshells there at the closest airlock.
Mine
Make your way
needs
there.
a decent tailor desperately.
Will you be all
Is there
right?
one en route to the chapel?
Well, how
Taylor?
have we? Are we now allowing the religious fanatic to continue? Is Chomina? Is everybody happy with the way the issue with Chomina was resolved,
No,
or have you
entirely,
basically
but
been kicked
particularly,
out? So you basically have been
As
kicked
Nima
out.
pointed out, there are people in the chapel who are dying at the moment, so you should probably
Yeah,
focus on
100%.
them rather
save
than
people who want to be saved.
Yes.
Okay. Just so you know, the Chomina issue is still an issue, especially if
We can come back.
they're
We
going
can
to
come-
be hampering. I mean, right now I'm saying that it's out in the open that there are 4 escape pods that are still operational. Just there are 4 for now.
I see. She's going to sabotage them.
That's fine. That's okay.
She's
That's
gonna
all
send
good.
people to
I mean, it's
sabotage them.
nothing. It's
While she's busy sabotaging
knows
escape
what's
pods,
gonna
she's
happen?
not sabotaging the ship that we're going to escape on. Right?
That's
You're
right.
not gonna-
That's what I figured. Let them fight over it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so as you guys make your way over to the airlocks to the chapel.
It's a pity you didn't get the codes for the ship.
She gave me the codes. Did
Oh,
she give me the
didn't?
codes to the
No,
ship?
she said
or-
she had the codes.
She has the
Yeah.
codes.
Okay.
She'll
We just gotta go back to
yeah, she'll
she's gonna have to.
as a matter of fact, she'll say, listen, we got to hurry. It's going to take time to move these things. Are you coming with me now? I'll show you where these crates are.
She should go and open the ship and wait for us.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we need. Yeah.
No.
We'll meet you at the ship. We'll get the crates, and we'll meet you at the ship, and then we'll get out of here.
Yeah, we need to rescue. We need to try and rescue some survivors.
Okay.
Are we alone? Are we just walking over? Because I think she's talking about slaves. I think she's talking about stasis pods. She's going to stick the survivors in the pods, stick them in the bay. That's why it's big enough to take people, because it will be taking people. And the question is...
Look, to be fair, she never said it was big enough to take people. I'm just hoping that it's big enough to take people.
To be fair, you only really need to be
It's
unconscious
tiny
to go
little
through a portal. You don't have to be in like a cryopod or anything.
Well, it's like 3-body problem. You can dehydrate them and roll them up or something.
We are at the airlock to the chapels, and you can find that the airlocks are still functional. Inside, you see there are 4 exosuits that are kind of aged, but still quite serviceable. You also have a winch on the inside of this airlock, and it is a standard winch with 150 feet of cable that can be stretched out, brought over by somebody who is capable of, let's say, this type of spacewalk. And you estimate that, the distance, let's just take a look. It is actually only 100 feet. So you have plenty of room for slack. Yes, I mean, absolutely plenty of room for slack. So what's going to be the process for us now?
There's 4 suits here, right? Is there any way we can do a very, very quick check to make sure that they're actually...
Would that be technology?
I don't want to have to put anybody in one and then them to expire on the way back.
You know what? You could spend as much time as you want checking these suits out.
Behave.
And absolutely go ahead and give me an appropriate role if you think observation or technology, whatever it is, for the 4 of you to kind of give these. In fact, each of you can make a roll, since you'll each be checking 1 suit, I'm assuming, to make the process go faster.
Observation.
I'll go for observation.
Preferable
Or technology. It's really up to you.
All right. I'll do technology.
I'm not really happy with either
2
of those.
successes.
Yeah, if only you had 3 successes, you might have been able to help somebody with their check. Are you happy with that roll then?
Who's that? Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. You don't find anything wrong with
we
your
damaged
suit.
2 suits, didn't we? And we missed the 3rd.
Exactly.
We only need 3 working suits.
Yeah, Omi, can I call you Omi, or is it more of an Omron? Are we on the, what kind of social basis are we at now? Is it going to be Omron?
What's up, Omi?
Yeah, you find nothing wrong with the suit that you can see, and neither does Nima. But we do have a specialist on board in fashion. And so he could certainly do a check on a suit and let you know if
everything.
This is it.
In fact, without rolling, he says, "Oh, these things are at least 40 years old. I wouldn't be caught dead in one of these. I mean, this is just not the style for today."
Yeah. But it's not
I have
really
no idea what it means
stylish
about
rescue.
integrity or classically.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but if you'd like to kind of,
I think the opinion of the pilot, who's probably had to wear one for survival reasons rather than.
I don't know. Look, maybe the stitching. You could see if the stitching looks good, if everything is whole.
Can I make
Is
is it just a generic wits roll then?
So if you don't have technology, it could be an observation.
I don't have that. I have
Yeah, and basically each anybody
Even
can
if
do
you've
an
got zero
observation.
in observation, you can still roll. Yeah.
The technology gives you a little bit more information, perhaps, or different types of information than the observation roll.
I made it run a self-diagnostic. That's what I did.
For both Amran and Nima, these suits you'd wear them.
But the 9-volt batteries were corroded.
Yeah, exactly. Well, when they're corroded, the tongue test, don't do it when they're corroded. Not the same.
It might taste a little funny.
Yeah, little botully. Yeah, that's fine. We'll go with that. The suit is fine. You wouldn't be caught dead wearing it, but maybe you would be. Who knows?
That color was so last year.
40 years ago.
Not many people can wear blue, but you can.
Yeah. And how are we moving on from here? What is going to be the procedure for finding and then how do you intend on bringing the dead bodies back? I mean, if there are any survivors back. But that's a for later problem. We have plenty of time to do this.
Right.
Well,
do any of you gentlemen, ladies,
if we're just manhandling this cable, but I don't know how we're going to get it across unless there is a skillful spacewalk.
One of us.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, there would be.
Once you've got the cable across, then everyone else can just pull themselves along. It's just a poor blight to rescue event.
It would be a dexterity roll to be able to make it across. Yes.
Well, I've got a 1 in dexterity. So that would be a total of 5. I'm okay for dexterity.
Yeah, not the best.
I do have something that might help. Oh, I didn't mean to roll that. Sorry about that.
Oh,
I meant to view that.
You do. Yes.
I will take it.
You do have that, correct?
Yeah, I meant to click on the. Oh, never mind.
Yes, you can. You can go ahead. That's I'm glad actually.
What does it do?
Somebody does do it. It does give you a bonus to your dexterity roll, as a matter of fact.
Perfecto.
And am I making that up, or am I going to actually check that?
We're going to go with that.
Okay, and then who is going to go with that?
Me, I guess.
Oh, we're sending our only pilot. I like it. That is an excellent idea. And you said it so you can't take it back.
We invented autopilot for a reason.
Hmm.
If I cannot pilot myself with a handjet, I wouldn't trust me flying a spaceship. Right?
+1 to dexterity rolls in 0G. Okay, so you may go ahead and make your roll as you stretch out with that cable in hand and you go out into the silence. Now, I'd like to know where our other players are while this is happening.
I'm going to help guide the cable.
Okay, so you are wearing an exosuit. You have one that is intact.
Yes, I do.
I'll shout encouragement.
Was never injured.
From which side of the airlock door are you shouting encouragement?
Whichever is safest.
Well,
doesn't matter if they can hear me or not. I mean,
space, no one can hear you shout encouragement. It's not quite as snappy as.
Okay.
Through the window.
All right.
Yeah, no one can hear you saying compliments, but they know when you're talking shit.
And what is our courtesan doing?
I guess would be the far side of the airlock. There's like something to stand on.
So inside the airlock, you could take a look at your screens. I've actually shared the handout with you, and I think it's if you go into your tactical mode, hopefully you should be able to see, if you scroll up a bit, you can see kind of where you're at in terms of, one airlock with the 4 suits, the other one 100 feet away in some.
So when you say it's 100 feet, is that 100 feet actually to the location of the chapel?
Correct. Yes. I mean, is it feet or is it meters? Of course, is always the question. But it is
What's the gap between the 2 airlocks? Is that's
the gap between the 2 airlocks is 100. The amount of steel cable is 150. And we'll call them units because that's more American UK friendly.
There you
And
go.
they've both got like winch fixings on them, so you
There
can just
are
go
winch
across.
fixings, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you still need to
So-
manually grab. So if somebody's going to be letting out the
I am
winch.
letting it out. I am letting it out.
Okay, so you are in one suit.
I have
How many?
my suit.
Okay, and okay, good.
It was not one of the 4. It was.
Yeah.
I have my own.
Okay, good.
Yes, I have my own as well.
So is that
Roya
dexterity to
approves
help
of
him?
it. They're much more fashionable.
Is it dexterity to help him?
He's being helped. There's nothing really that you can do. You
Okay,
might be
just
able to help
so it
in the
doesn't
case
snag.
of an event. And certainly, like, so in order for the help action to be given, it has to apply to his action. The steel cable can be used maybe for other things, but not for helping him to get across. In fact, it probably only hampers him because he's, got him out. So you're
Yeah, I'm
moving
just
it out.
making sure
There is no minus
It's moving.
for that, and he has his hand jet, which he can use to pass himself forward.
Okay.
And it's all it'll cost you is a dexterity roll.
Okay, then I'm gonna roll my hand jet. Shall I ignore that one that I did earlier?
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's because that just gave you the. Oh, I see. It included the dexterity
It
action.
did, you
Did it?
see. Yeah.
It did. Yeah. Well, you know what?
Do you want me to roll it again? Seeing
Yes,
that was
I
an
do.
accident.
Because I'm giving you the opportunity to do better without giving me a darkness point. Really.
Oh, that's really cool.
Think about that.
That's really kind of you, Jake. Okay, so I need to make this to get to the chapel.
It is indeed, just for the gravity of it all, it is in meters. So it'd be like 300 feet.
Okay.
2 successes is, you know what? It's wonderful that there are 2 successes, but, let's have Lloyd go ahead and roll me a d6.
Oh.
This is how many darkness points I'm about to use.
2.
Okay.
11.
Now,
All
just
right.
so we're clear, the idea is that I'm going out with this cable and I'm dragging some of these exo shells with me. Right?
I think you're just going out with the cable, and then you're going to clip it onto the other side once you get into the airlock. And then we're going to pull ourselves along. We can drag whatever we need to drag.
Yeah,
Why is my question is why are we doing that?
because you might need the exosuits to get across.
Well, won't we need the exosuits to get them back?
Oh,
Well, let's find out what state they're in first, and then we can always swap suits
Okay.
and relay them back.
Okay.
So,
All it'll cost us is time. Isn't that right?
all it'll cost you is time. And as a matter of fact, an event does happen as you're coming across. There is loose debris that is coming off from the area of the ship that was damaged, and it is drifting towards the drifting. Well, I think drifting is one word. Hurtling is another adjective that we could use, and you will need to. And unfortunately for me, it is a dexterity test, and unfortunately, you do have an object that helps you with dexterity tests. But there will be a dexterity test to make.
Do I need to roll my hand?
Oh,
again?
yes. I'm not going to attack you. That would be bad. I'm going to allow you to either pass or fail a dexterity roll to avoid being hit by this loose debris that is hurtling towards you in space.
anyone else know how to pilot a ship?
See what successes got that. Oh. All right. To add insult to injury to me, I have to see what I would have maybe gotten after all. If it doesn't allow me to do that, I have to cancel. Just out of curiosity, because you should never test to see what would have happened. Oh, I see. It probably would have been fine. Probably. I thought it probably.
I'm sure.
Had it hit you, probably would have been fine.
Yeah.
Let's Oh, we just received a raid and they were too late in our prizes.
That's okay.
But they get to enjoy
They're here for the
watching
climax.
the only known pilot on this doomed spacecraft bravely go out into the void of space 100 meters away to try to get to a chapel to save survivors who had very limited air at the time that the distress call was sent out, and who, well, let's just say about an hour and a half later, we hope they still had some air.
Hold on just a minute, Jake. You're supposed to be the nicest guy on earth. Right?
We're not on Earth.
Damn it, you had to remind me. Oh, you had to remind me. And as we head back to our basically the map that we're currently on is, you successfully reach, despite this debris hurtling towards you from a damaged ship, you manage to get back to, let's pull this up, to the other side of the airlock to the chapel. And coming out on the other side, you do see the winch. It is open, so you have a winch that goes either way. You have secured it in place. This is something that is quite familiar to you. Unfortunately, there are no exosuits on this side of the airlock. And you see a corridor, one way.
The airlock intact over this side.
The airlock is intact going in that side. However, you could see the warning signs on that inner door showing that there is a breach. It is not safe to enter that corridor out of here until you've, even after you've closed this door, if you have or have not, doesn't really matter. That area has been compromised by space.
Even though the on the picture the winches are inside the door, are they actually accessible from the outside?
I will. Yeah, we'll say that they are. Yeah, they are certainly
Make more
accessible
sense rather than having to keep the airlock open. So that they don't chop your winch cable out.
Well, the problem is that regardless, once you open that inner door, the corridor there has been compromised. That debris is not hermetically sealing it. That's why nobody can leave the chapel. So, we have our intrepid pilot, Nima, on the other side, all alone. Nothing but his own exosuit there.
Can we use the winch to pull the two parts together? Is that free? Is the whole chapel free?
No, they're different parts of the ship. It's not like it's...
Okay. I want to do an inspection of this area. I want to know if I'm actually able to get these people out without, exposing everybody inside to vacuum. That's what I want to do.
Not without exosuits. You will need exosuits. You will need to get them in exosuits.
I can't get the exosuits into them witithout opening the door, which...
Happily, if there are no survivors, you could take the bodies without the exosuits without really disturbing their the life cycle of the...
Defeats the object.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it!
So I guess we'll take the external exits and with one arm, put them under one arm, and then put ourselves along the winch.
Forget it.
So we've got them.
Yeah,
No.
you can do that for sure.
It's okay, so
Stash them in your backpack. Or...
I'm surveying the area. Does it look like we would actually be able to maneuver a ship along into the airlock where the chapel is, if we had one? That would be intact. Is there enough kind of space? That
you would know how to be doing that as a pilot. This ship would be equipped to be able to accept that. The issue is that the airlock on the side that you're currently on, getting past that and opening that door exposes everybody. Well, it is exposed to space. So imagine if you close the airlock door that you're in now. Okay. Mm-hmm. Again, I don't know if this thing pings or doesn't ping, but no, that's not what I wanted to do.
You can draw lines.
Yeah, just imagine that it. Let me just get it out of erase folder. Sorry.
There's a big hole in the middle.
You will definitely have a. All right. You'll have only that small area that you can actually seal off. Once you open that inner door, the corridor leads to open space.
Okay.
It has been damaged. That's why they're all trapped in the chapel. And you can see that down the corridor, there is a circular staircase that heads up into the chapel.
How far away is the actual chapel? And is there another entrance, another airlock actually in the on the chapel?
Well, you assume that there must be. I mean, you'd only know that information by actually going up the stairs, I suppose, and seeing what's there.
No, I'm thinking externally. If this is compromised, there's nothing I can do. I can't open that door at all.
Oh, yes, you can. You're in an exosuit.
No, but
I can do it, but I don't want everybody to die inside.
Okay, so no. So let me be clear.
it's already
If the chapel wasn't sealed off from this corridor in its current way, they would have all died already.
Yeah.
So,
that's right.
So yes. So in the interest of moving things forward, as you're investigating all of this, you do see that as you go up the staircase, that indeed there is an airlock prior to going into another area where the chapel is, and you can see that there's a further closed area as well. So we'll just
gotcha.
In fact, we will just.
Yeah, there might be something we could use as an airlock on the other side.
Yeah, there it is. Right, okay. Yeah, so
and you found this out because you're asking questions and taking time to investigate it. That's fine.
We've got plenty of time.
No roll necessary.
That's good. Okay.
Got windows.
So yeah, we're gonna need to ferry the exosuits across here, and we're gonna have to move them 4 at a time.
Okay.
That's the quickest way of doing it, I think.
Does the cable give us?
You can't leave them you can't leave the chicken and the grain together.
Jake, does the cable give us a bonus to get across? Carrying.
Yeah, I mean, not everything is a roll. If you're moving across, I mean, did you know that there is the danger, perhaps, of debris that can, be coming up? But I mean, about the debris already. You can kind of try to, hope that more debris doesn't fall off. I mean, a GM without darkness points wouldn't be able to throw debris at you at this point, anyways.
Are you a GM without darkness points?
No, he's a GM with darkness points.
All the darkness points.
He's got a lot. We've given him a lot of darkness points before we got to this stage of the game.
So we could carry them across basically, and the only thing we're dealing with is whatever you decide to throw at us. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to load up. If I can carry all 4, I'm going to carry them all 4 across.
Okay.
If I have got to carry 2 at a time, then I'm going to carry 2 at a time. Whatever we think we can do.
Okay.
What's the gravity situation?
This is a very grave situation indeed. So
we're in
again,
towards the sun. I figure we
exactly. It's there's not really any gravity, so to speak. Here, your exosuits do have the mag boots, so you're not going to have a problem walking and getting to where you need to go.
Okay, so I'm going to carry them across over to this airlock.
Yeah.
Drop them off, and then I'm going to keep an eye out here, and I'll stay there in that airlock while, or I'll help carry. I'll help carry them up to the other airlock.
Okay, so communicating back and forth, we have Nima and we have Omran on the other side with 4 suits that are free and 2 suits that they're wearing, and you will enter the chapel, and as you do that, you go up the staircase, you kind of see that there's like these doors that are keeping the integrity inside. You open those up because you realize the other doors are pressurized as well. You get in, you take the time to pressurize, and you can see like from the porthole of like the chapel, there does seem to be somebody who's looking like anxiously at you. So you could see a face there. Now, is it moving, or did it just kind of get stuck there when it was like kind of losing air, when it lost its last air? Is it floating? Like, and or is it kind of like, you know, is it looking? And then, you know, you could see, oh, it blinked, and it kind of like it's looks at you a little bit, you know, almost fearfully.
Okay. I gesture for this person to stand back. And then I'm gonna open the inner airlock door into the chapel.
Okay. Psh. All right. So inside this room, okay, you could see that it's a circular chamber containing statues of the 8 visible icons. You see a polished altar sits in the center of the room. You see an empty alcove in the wall that is located slightly behind the altar, a little bit off center from the rest of the room. And you can see that there are 13 trapped survivors, all huddled together in prayer around the altar. And now, since you have a chapel here, would we like to spend some time praying to the icons, you know, offering thanks for your lives? Is it, you know, as you enter here, you see that people are praying to you, but there is one person that comes up to you, and he says, "Oh, blessed be the icons that you have come. My name is Coriolis," especially for Mark. We've been trapped here for a long time. We don't have a lot of air. Do you have a ship on the other side of the airlock to get us away from here? Who are you?
We were just...
You see, he's an elderly gentleman, graying hair, and you know, he's wearing a very old-fashioned suit, kind of some scrolling patterns on it. But clearly doesn't look like he's been here for 40 years. This is actually
we're here to help. We were passengers. We're just passengers, like yourselves. But we're here to help.
Look, I don't know how longer I can keep this together. These people are desperate. They have to leave. I mean, you see them crying. Some of them are coming up to you and thankful. You see some people are looking at the suits and trying to figure out what and how to work with them, what to do with them. There's where do we go? What do we do? How are you? You have a ship you're going to take us off with? How are you going to help us?
We're going to get you across to the rest of the ship. You're cut off for the moment. We're going to get you across to where the other survivors are.
Across how? In a ship?
No.
What do you mean across?
We have these, and I'm pointing at the exo shells before. We're going to go across 4 at a time.
And at that, one of them, you see a young man. He looks, you know, kind of bedraggled, frantic almost, and he screams out, "Yes, I have to get out of here! I have to get out of here right away!" And he lunges forward and he's grabbing one of the flight suits, and this is causing a commotion. The man is just like clearly just, I have to have it! I have to have it! I need to get out of here! How? Where's the ship? I'll put this on. Get me on the ship.
You have to remain calm.
Well, how are you going to calm me down? I'm obviously frantic.
Yeah.
There's only someone can do a manipulation
for it.
check on him.
No.
It's a physical manipulation.
And you will see Horia is kind of like, child, I told you, we'll get you out of here. We were able to get a message, obviously. They heard our message, you know? What would you like to do?
Yeah, I mean,
if you want to live.
Yeah, I'm just have to explain to him. We need to do this in an orderly fashion. It's very, very dangerous. I understand that, and I understand you're all very frightened. But this is the only option we have at the moment.
Well, how are you going to determine who goes first then? I mean, how do we know we even have enough air once you go by once? I mean, like, how are we going to know? Like,
First of all, are they all adults here?
Yes.
Yeah.
I won't give you the women and children and stuff like that. They'll all be male out. That's fine. So.
Okay.
We established that we all went over to the chapel.
No. We haven't got enough suits for that.
Well, I'm happy that a couple of selfish players kept their suits instead of passing them on. That worked out very well for me, as a matter of fact.
If we didn't. So
you have. So you're trying to say you have good suits on the other side that you didn't send back? What's wrong with you people?
Mine was broken. Mine was ripped up by one of the.
We're already missing one. Yeah, you're muted there, Brian.
I do believe we have all the workable suits here. You said there were only 3 suits, so if I've got one's been mangled, and Mark's wearing one, that's all the suits.
All right. Yeah. So you have 4 suits.
So I help get the first people Mark tells me to get into the suits.
All right. So go ahead and give me a manipulation roll.
Who's making this?
And you can make it with a +1 because you do have Horia, who is assisting with this. He's going to try to calm the people down while you get people with the suits.
Okay.
I argue for a second one because I have a gun. If they don't want to calm down.
So I'm going to be rolling 4 dice by the looks of it then. So I'll just roll 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Let's see what happens. Oh,
all right. Success. So that's fine. You've succeeded. It didn't take you that long to organize everybody and calm everybody down.
Yeah.
And so
I'll explain to them. Look, we have a limited amount of air here in the chapel at the moment. But the more people that go across, the more air there is for everybody else. So the quicker we do this, the more chance we're going to get everybody out of here. Okay.
Okay. That is actually an excellent point that you made. That reflects the role that you made, despite the precarious situation. And you can see that Horia is actually assisting. Like, it looks like he knows what he's doing, getting people into the suits. And he says, I will stay. I will be the last one to go back. Don't worry. We will get everybody out there first. And so he seems to be taking a very stoic and heroic role. At what point are you sending this young man? Have you allowed Merad Kaltam, the bothersome young individual, to grab and take the one suit?
I honestly think if we get rid of him, that'd be better, but we need to warn them on the other side that then we need to make sure he gets out of the suit once he's on the other side.
That's fine. I'm on the other side. I can convince him. Okay.
How many people are here? 13.
Well, someone's going to need to get
that would be my
to bring the suits back once people are out of them.
All right, do you think you can guide them?
And
back?
I'll go with them each time. I'll go across each time.
You go across each time.
Back.
Okay. In that case.
And since we don't need to worry about that that airlock on the other side to be opening or closing, we could just leave it cycled, right?
Yeah. As long as you are pressurizing that inner room on the level where the chapel is.
About over here, if it's showing that one. We can leave these 2 open on this side, right? I don't know if you see the line.
No, I don't. But I'm understanding what you're going for, and I'm gonna say yes.
All right.
And if any action I do, because of a darkness point or a roll seems to indicate that will be important, just remind me.
So if Omran is going to take, it's Ryu, isn't it? Ryu is going to Ruya. Sorry, he's going to take these guys across.
No, it's Omran that's taking them across. Omran is with you guys.
Yep, I'm taking them across.
Yeah. I'm going to give up my suit for somebody then.
Oh.
And then that'll get one more across, won't it?
Yes, it will.
And if you can bring the suits back, we can just ferry them across.
Can I carry 5?
your 0G. I guess if you
You
strap
can
them to
carry
you
5.
somehow.
You can
Okay.
you can get clips. You can clip them
Yeah.
through you 100%.
All right. Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
And this whole process, it seems to take,
Forever.
I'll say a span of 10 minutes each way, back and forth. And that will include the time it takes for everybody to get out of the suits, close the doors, repressurize, and get them in. So you have used 20 minutes at this point and have gotten 5 out of the now 14 people
Yeah.
on that side. So we have 9 people left.
So we take another 5.
Yeah. You're gonna have to come across. I would have lent. Omran the hand jet as well. I think.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
how
so
about-
yeah,
how
so
about
that's
you-
right.
Just in case.
Yeah,
How
you're
about,
right.
how about
So-
lending him your suit? And then you can
We
send
are.
the chap.
We're using his suit.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
So go ahead, Omran, and go ahead and roll a dexterity. I think we'll allow that to be the only determining factor of whether or not I use a darkness
So
point.
do I need to use add a point to
Add
that?
Yes, you can add a +1.
Yeah.
Okay. And how do I do that? Is that edit?
Yes, and then you can add it. It adds it permanently, so you'll take it off as soon as you're not using the hand jet anymore,
Okay.
and then you just use.
Where to go? Oh, okay. And then I got to take it back out.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
And now you're going back alone. So none of the survivors seem to have gotten hit by any debris.
Good for them.
However, while you
A
are
lot of
coming
ones.
back, and you can roll the dice for coming back as well.
Oh, so I guess I should just leave it plus.
Yes, just leave it +1 for now.
There we go.
Oh, that's quite unfortunate. But it is fortunate that you're all alone. And it's also quite fortunate that you have all the working exosuits with you. So let's go ahead, John, and could you please roll me a d6? I wasn't going to use it, but again, you just didn't succeed. And you didn't give me a darkness point, so you're asking me to use one. 5. I love it.
You got 5 suits. Shouldn't you have 5 suits?
Okay. And now an event happens. As you guys are getting closer to the sun, there is a corrosive gas burst that comes forth from a ruptured pipe, and it just envelops you, goes all over you. And you need to give me a dexterity test. You can use the +1 because you do have the hand jet.
Okay.
And you really want to pass this, which you did without consequence.
Nice.
Yeah, but as is my wont, I'm kind of also curious to see what could have happened on the other side. Because, maybe, it's fun to roll. Probably nothing would have happened.
Oh.
Probably would have been completely fine. And can't get off of this thing. Damn it. There we go. Got that done. Now, as you're coming back, everybody hears a crackle now on the comms, and I'm not sure if necessarily Omran will hear it in the exosuit, but all of a sudden, the communicator in the chapel comes to life as well as the one that is where the players are, and every other one on the ship. And everybody is going to hear this except for Brian.
Good. I don't know.
Or Omran. And as you're coming back, you hear the following. No, there's no point in mentioning anything to them. They're guests. They're valued guests.
Oh,
they're
God.
just going to get nervous and excited. And what's the point? I'm sure the crew is going to get to the bridge at the very earliest and is going to take care of everything, and they don't have anything to worry about. And you hear like the voice, but Suleiman, I mean, you created me to be your companion, and I'm telling you, as your companion, you must warn the people. I mean, this is you won't have the opportunity to speak with them much anymore anyways, so you may as well fulfill your role. Warn the people. Tell them what's coming on. And the Suleiman goes, okay, all right, woman, if it makes you happy and if it'll keep you quiet, I'll do it. And it's like the whole ship is listening to it. It says, shall I do it in my scary emergency voice too? Fine, I'll do it that way as well. And they hear, attention, valued guests of the SS Ghazali. 4 minutes ago, the reactor experienced a coolant malfunction, and repeated attempts to shut off the reaction inside the core have failed. The time until catastrophic reactor failure is estimated at T-minus 57 minutes. I repeat, catastrophic reactor failure in T-minus 57 minutes. On the plus side, there's still only 13 hours and 37 minutes before we plunge into the sun.
So we might blow up with the reactor before we get the sun. So, you know.
Oh yeah, and that means also, let me, sorry, that, again, there's no
bad news.
No reason really for this at all. Actually, can I do this? That would be really great. Oh yeah, I can. Oh, that's going to be really great. Lose. Doop, 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 doop. I have to. Okay, I'm just going to do this, and then we'll see how much more we have after that.
That was a lot of points that we just lost there, wasn't it?
Probably. I hope.
There we go. That's a little bit more accurate. And Omran, as you get to the other side and you come in, it's like people have gone crazy. What is it, asphyxia or something? You don't know. But everybody, as you come in, they're all clamoring to get the suits from you, all 5 suits, and there's pandemonium coming in, and you don't know what's happening.
I think if we go just a little bit slower, we'll be safer.
What? We have 57 minutes. The machine said so. We have 57 minutes.
That's plenty of time to get everybody across. Just calm down.
Who is getting the next 5 suits?
I'm gonna get Mark out of here because he's the pilot. So Mark's in one of the suits, and I am also double checking the suits because of that thing that just hit us.
Okay, you can spend the time to do so. You want it, so you are clearly spending time while there's a mad, like, how many people are there
while
now?
I am helping put them on, I am going to be...
you are going to have to give me some sort of test, otherwise people are going to be fighting for those suits.
I'm doing technology, which is... I'm not a people person. I'm a equipment person.
All right, so
and
you're checking.
A crit.
your suits. The suits are fine. You don't detect that anything happened to the suits. At least, if they are irradiated, you still need to get the people across. Like at this point, the lesser of the 2 evils is radiation. At this point, the question is, how are you going to get them to be calm enough to accept who's going next?
Well, I'm going to tell them flat out, if we went off this ship, Mark has to go.
We have to kill Mark?
Has to go. No, Mark has to go.
We can do that. Then there's one less person to bring back.
Pilot.
Oh.
He's the pilot.
He's the pilot. All right, go ahead and make a manipulation. No, we have to do that when kids come on screen. It's wonderful.
So the girl, go on.
So go ahead. No, leave her. It's fine. I love it. Did you make me a manipulation roll? You science.
I don't have a manipulation.
I understand. So it may not go well.
It's just empathy.
If only you brought the critical crew aboard, like the courtesans. This would have helped you immensely.
Uh-huh.
Well, are you happy with that roll?
It's still rolling for me. No, but I'm gonna add the fact that I'm carrying a gun. So I get to choose who gets in the suits.
You could roll me one more d6. I mean, if they die here with your gun or die here without it, they have to get in. They're desperate people. Your gun isn't the determining factor, but I will give you an extra d6 to roll.
All right, I'm rolling.
Now, if you want to push, you could push it with 3 rolls. Otherwise, you're going to keep it. And well, let's see what our pilot is doing.
Yes. What's the deal? What's the deal here then? I mean, I'll be saying to Omrin, how the hell can I get into a suit and leave these people behind? I can't do that. I only
need 3 more suits to get the rest of them here, right? Or 4 more suits to get the rest of them, and I will come back and get them.
I can't explain to these people that I'm going. I can't do that. Just take them across. Just get as many as you can.
Do we have radio comms?
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
you do. There's been.
Why don't you? Obviously, you want to make sure the pilot's safe. Why don't you come back and swap out for me, and then I can come in and keep everyone calm? Because obviously, as the numbers go down and everything gets a bit hard,
we only need one more trip.
They're going to get very panicky. So if you just leave me there, I can make sure that no one does anything stupid.
We only need one more trip.
Yeah.
We've got enough suits to get everybody in 2 trips. I'd like the pilot to go back this trip. Make sure that...
which is going to be 40 minutes time.
Do we know where the ship actually is?
We do.
The pilot does.
A pilot does. I want the pilot.
Not even keep the pilot alive. Yeah. Okay.
This is all for naught if we lose the pilot. And that's what I'm going to tell everybody.
Yeah.
No, I think it's not necessarily your decision. I think that we have the fact here that our good pilot Nemo was mentioning that he would wait.
Okay, then we'll take the other ones.
No, this is
yeah. I think it's more a case of it. I think. It would be very difficult for him to get into a suit now and leaving these people behind.
However, you do know that you still need time to prep a ship for takeoff. If you have 57 minutes, and might take you 10. Remember, it still takes you 10 minutes time to get anywhere, and it'll still take you 10 minutes to get back. So you are 20 minutes away from the ship. You still have other survivors that you want to organize. You need to get crates from one side of the ship to the other in order to access the ship.
Is that something that me and Lloyd could be doing? Could have been doing in the meantime.
You might have to come and calm these people down. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, I was thinking about we could be moving the crates.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right.
Let's just move the people over in two shifts.
Okay, excellent. We're splitting the party. Right now we are at the T minus. We'll call it 60 minutes because I'm reminded about how nice I am, and it just makes these nice round numbers. So, in 10 minutes time, we will have 2 people in the cargo hold where they can bring this cargo over to. Okay, you will be there. And I will tell you what happens when you get to that point.
There's 4 more people that can carry cargo.
Oh, that's a good point.
They're out and around. I mean, you'd have to make the case.
They want to escape. They're going to need to follow us.
You're gonna have to make the case to have them.
I will make that
Instead of
case
just
because they're
going
going to
to
go
the-
over and be
Oh,
on the
wise
side.
trousers of doom.
Exactly.
That's what we need. Yeah.
To be fair, if we have to choose between survival and some crates of stuff, let's just go.
Yeah, but,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
going there. But they're going there anyway, and it's not going to take off. So.
Yeah, but if we had to choose,
It's just whether if we don't
Yeah,
have
we-
the crates.
Well,
then on the ship.
that's the choice the others are facing. If you're going to ask them to help you move crates, we have an hour to get off the ship, and we have to move crates. You know, like that's what they're all.
If you want the door open.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll help you move some crates.
Fine. Just hold the door while we walk through them.
All right. So I'm gonna we'll let Nima mull over. We'll give Nima some time.
Well, like you've pointed out, I've got to prep the
decide.
ship, right? I'm
You
gonna have to go
know,
across, I've got to get to the ship, and I've got to prep the ship.
you have a very interesting dilemma, and I love the way you put it. And I will let you live with yourself and the consequences of your decisions. And I will allow you even to stew in that while we go 10 minutes ahead with Dr. Armita and Roya as they head towards this cargo and getting to the cargo hold, where you can identify where the cargo is. You could see that the cargo is the hangar that this special cargo is in is deep down on the starboard side, and that already kind of it's odd to you since you know that most of the cargo hangars are located in the aft of the ship. You do see that there's kind of this dirty armor glass window outside the door that allows you to peek in. And then there is also a panel next to the door that allows you to try to enter. However, it is currently locked.
When you say lock, what kind of lock are we talking? Like a card lock?
Electronic lock, yes. Well, that's interesting. All right.
Sure.
So yes,
The wire's got something that could deal with that, right?
yeah, I can't help in that situation. I can do science stuff, but I don't have any data gen stuff. That's Brian's character is the hacker guy. I try to science it, but I could try and force override it rather than try to hack it.
all right.
See if that works. That's all I can contribute with science.
I think maybe perhaps Nima was referring to something else that you guys found yesterday.
Didn't Amita have
I'm too tired to think.
some kind of
The code or
lock
something.
thing?
The captain's card?
Yeah.
Who has the captain's card? Are they currently? Are they currently?
That was other Brian's character.
Oh, so the captain's card is currently inside the
handed to
chapel.
Nemo as he gets into his suit.
Excellent. So yes. So you do have a way to do it, and it's only 20 minutes away. So if you want, you can try a technology roll to open up this
I don't have
lock now.
technology, so I can't do technology.
Oh,
I have
I'm sorry.
technology.
Do science.
We've effed this up quite badly.
All right. We will.
I mean, we wouldn't have suggested this plan if we hadn't without the card. So
Well, I mean,
this whole detour wouldn't have happened.
you had nothing but time until you stopped.
I mean,
having
let's go
nothing
Until we
but
didn't
time.
have that anymore.
Exactly.
Go for Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Are you happy with that roll?
He's gonna have to be.
I'm going to have to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah. All right. You are not able to access the hangar at this point.
Sounds to
time.
me like you're gonna have to go to the ship and tell the guy, "Hey, you're gonna have to open the door for us."
There we go.
Oh, all right. Fair enough.
Oh, wow!
Nice.
Who is it?
All right. Okay. So inside the hangar, you notice that it's quite large, about 3 stories high. You do know this. You also have this like kind of really large, like, arm system. You can go and grab cargo and bring it out. And you also find 3 worn loader exo-loaders next to it that you can carry cargo back and forth with. You find the cargo that Sabbath had described based on what Nima mentioned to you, and you see that it's all covered with a black tarp.
Let's just get moving. We don't have time to worry about anything.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Yeah, cool. Do you know what the ship looks like as well?
Well, we'll have the
I'll
description of the
given all
location.
you the location of the ship. That's not, yeah.
Right.
Okay, yeah, we'll just get
So-
straight to it.
At this point, there are a couple of ways you could have done it. If you had a ship in time, you might have been able to get the ship to this part and get all the other hangar doors open to do it. But at this point, it looks like the exo-loaders will be your best way of getting the cargo across. There are several crates, and each exo-loader can take 1.
Ooh, okay. I guess we're going to start using these exo-loaders.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So then I need a -3 manipulation test. Oh wait, hang on. No, sorry. It's just with the exo-loaders. It's just a.
Convince them to work.
I apologize. It's going to be
Movies.
It's a dexterity test. There's only 2 of you, and if you want help from any of the other survivors, it is a manipulation test at -3.
That'll
So
take me down.
right now, if each of you are getting into an exosuit, you could take 2 out of the 3 pieces of cargo.
Yeah, I think with the penalty on it, I literally can't do anything. So there's no point in me doing it. If I try to modify it for -3, it just goes straight to lose.
The manipulation. It was for the manipulation roll for the -3, not the.
Yes, correct. Dexterity roll with the exosuit, you're fine.
Oh, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
That's better.
So you're going off in one, and our courtesan is trying to convince.
No.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's taking you time. You haven't really even got the cargo out of there yet. You're still trying to manipulate the suit and work the suit. So we're going to call that 20 minutes of time at this point. But we'll move over.
Manipulation is like empathy 5 plus manipulation 3, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's your manipulation to get other people to help.
So let me see if I can get some more bodies involved.
So you would have a roll of -3 is 5. You have a -3 on this to try to get them
So
to help.
this should give me 5.
They were following you because at this point you told them, "Come, we're going to go to a ship." Oh yeah, but first we got to move that stuff there. And like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
We got to get off this ship. Why are you taking us here? Who cares about stuff? Okay.
-3, sorry.
That's fine. Yeah, we won't count any of the bottom rolls. So if you succeed, if you want to push your roll, you can, or you could just leave well enough alone and get to the ship.
Is one enough to get some help?
No,
No.
you need 4 because you have a -3. Oh, sorry. No, I apologize. I'm yes. One is a limited success. So yes, you will have one.
They won't be happy about
Sorry, I apologize. 1 extra person, which means you will have to manipulate an exo-loader yourself if you want.
it. Okay, which is dexterity, yeah?
Yes.
Which I have 0 in anyway.
Good.
I'll do it myself.
Oh.
And so you guys
I
have
will not do
spent
it
10
myself.
minutes to get here and 10 minutes to try with the 2 exo-loaders to get the 2 bundles. Well, let's give a dexterity roll to one of the guys who's kind of also desperate to get out there. It's like, fine, if that's what it takes to get us out of here, you have a spot for me on the ship, and then we'll see what he does. And, so he is making his way. So that After 30 minutes, there is one thing there. Are you spending
That's enough. That's fine.
more time or no?
How do you keep it from walking in circles?
No, we're just killing time until the pilot gets here now. So to be honest.
All right. So you guys are 20 minutes in at a failure. 30 minutes in, there is one NPC survivor at the ship with his promised spot because he has this special cargo. Let's go back to the chapel, where there are poor survivors say, "No, me next. I won't make it to the ship. I have a limp. It takes me extra time to get there. If I have to wait in the chapel and go on the last one in, I may not make it to the ship in time. Yes, me too, me too." And everybody's like limping. Oh, my leg.
So how long do we have left before?
Well, I mean,
Did Mark
you
make it
have
in on the second to last?
you have 50 minutes left. You will have 40 minutes from the point that you reach, and then 30 minutes if you go on this trip in.
Okay.
Did Mark go across on the second trip?
Just
No.
working that out now.
We're now.
Prep a ship.
You got to go fire up the ship. Otherwise, we don't get out of here.
Okay.
So he goes
Yeah.
back on the second trip.
I'll be like, I'm sorry. I have to. If I don't prep the ship,
Please, you have to let me go. How are you going to convince them to let you go? Actually, you're going to make a manipulation roll. That's how you're going to do it.
I'm going to shoot everybody.
You are the pilot.
Yeah,
I've
I
got-
am.
I've got a fully automatic weapon. We can
We
figure
went
this out.
very fast, by the way, from I can't in good conscience leave now when there are still survivors to I'm just going to shoot them all. That's excellent role playing right there. You're able to like Swiss on a dime.
Learned from you, Jake. So,
Really?
Just bring in the local
Hey,
psycho and
yeah, that's right. Yeah, we all thought you were a really nice guy, and it turns out. I shoot priests.
Now you know how it feels. Now you know how it feels. Now you know how it feels.
You're
now
right.
you know how it
It's true.
feels.
It's true. Do I mean, in terms of, I'm looking at it from a practical point of view.
Yes.
It's going to take me 10 minutes to get to get across. Then I've got to get to the ship. Then I've got to prep the ship. I've got 50 minutes. How long does it take to prep a ship?
I mean, how safe do you want the departure to be?
I don't care.
And then how much time do you want?
I'd say if you warm it up at least 10 minutes, you're good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. In terms
From this point on,
yeah.
every decision you make counts.
Okay.
You need to go.
Okay.
Go ahead and make the
so
manipulation with +2.
Okay.
One for the gun and one for the fact that you are a pilot.
I'm not threatening them with a gun. I'm just saying.
I am.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Exactly. Yes.
I am.
He's giving you the assist.
Okay. Fair enough then.
While I'm completely telling you that I'm going to come back and get these guys.
Yeah.
Are you happy with that roll, Mark?
I'm not happy with that roll, Jake. I will push that roll, Jake. I'm really not happy with that roll, Jake.
All right.
Wow.
I know.
Sucks.
What are you doing? I need a plan.
I'm to the point of that there could be 9 bodies left in here.
So,
Yeah.
all right, go ahead. I'm going to say somebody is challenging you for your suit. So you need to give me a melee roll to beat them. Unless somebody's getting shot.
Yep. Someone's getting shot.
No.
Now, I will remind you that shooting in an enclosed space this close out is not commonly done in spaceships. Like in the inner walls, you're kind of okay, but when you're at the outer exposed hull, firing a shot is not something, it's not normal practice except for maybe extreme circumstances.
So
and
how about the
things
barrel
could
under his
always
chin?
go horribly wrong.
So when the barrel gets up underneath his chin, how does he feel about it?
Are you pulling the trigger? He feels like he's going to die anyways.
Well, then I guess I'm going to have to pull the trigger.
No.
No?
Well, I mean, you do it. If you're going to do it, you do it.
I didn't say you did it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
Nima is not a saying, no,
Roll it.
it's too late.
Success with consequences.
Oh.
Everybody gets off. He's dead. You just killed a worshiper in cold blood. And the projectile pings off somewhere in this beautiful kind of, plexi dome that with the outlook to stars, it pings off and you hear a crack. Like, it's just small at the moment. Very small.
But I got
and everybody's looking at you in shock. And in that shocked time, you have the chance to get
Nemo, get in the suit.
everybody Nemo into the suit. Now, what about the other survivors? Are you helping them get into their suits, or at this point?
No, I'm
they're not.
And either the
No,
one
you know what?
in them,
You know
or-
what? No, I apologize. There is something else that happens. That happens.
There's the glasses, come on.
I did forget about one more thing,
Uh-oh.
and it's fine.
No.
I'm just looking for a name. That's all. I just have to find the name because names are so important. Coriolis calms everybody down and says, "Listen, people. What's done is done. You have to let them go." And he helps stoically. He helps everybody else get into a suit and keeps everybody calm. And that means that there was 14 and 5 is 9. And there are 5 now in. That's 4 plus, no, there's 4. So Coria takes the other 4 people and says, "Come. This is the perfect place to be at this point in time." And he takes them and they all hold their hands around the altar and they bow their heads in benediction, saying prayers to the icons. And you're able to get out with the help of Coria, the 4 other survivors from the chapel. And as you hustle the other survivors over using 10 of the precious minutes that you have left, you pretend not to look back as you notice the entire dome explode into a shards of thousands of pieces, and 4 bodies go floating out into space. And give me a dexterity roll
feel guilty about it. Not gonna feel guilty about it.
And give me a dexterity roll for getting everybody back.
Okay, do I still have the thing, or does
Yep.
Nemo
Yeah,
still
That's
have
up
it?
to-
No, you had that. I gave you that.
Okay, I'll put it back on. I just took it off. Oh, wrong one. Didn't take.
Yeah, I wonder if you fail and one of the shards of like the glass actually is what comes hurtling to you and tears your suit. And that would just be
Karma.
good karma.
We call that
would be-
karma. There it goes. I was waiting for it to update.
I love the fact that a 1 is a success with consequences, 3 is a critical success. So you really need 2 to succeed. Are you happy with that
know.
roll?
No. I'm gonna push. 2 1s in there. God. It's still spinning for me. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I
Spoiler
succumbed to my
alert.
fate.
One of the frozen bodies of the priest just like knocks you off.
Flying towards you like that.
Oh my goodness me.
As long as Nemo
All right.
makes it back, that's what's important.
You notice at the same time as you're coming through an explosive burst from the surface of the Hamura star, you can see it like pulsating and coming towards you guys as everything around you seems to be kind of crumbling. You have no more time. The realization of the people that have just been expelled into space. And everybody on this ship back is going to roll a d6 and suffer d6 radiation points, which you can roll now, and we will adjudicate that later. And you have 2 points of radiation. And while we're doing that, I think, I'll for the fun, Lloyd, you could roll 2d6, and John, too, you will roll for each of my 2 survivors that have come across. And you are now back, and I believe you have 40 minutes to make your way towards where the ship is. And let's pull up the Hamura, the Ghazali. And as you're making your way towards the main docks where you have the ship, you're going to come across our good Samaritan who is like, we don't have time. We have to get off. I've organized everybody. We have people going into the 4 escape pods, and we have 2 cargo containers full of very scared people. I'm rushing off to it as well. We're gonna get out as quickly as you can. But I understand you have a ship. Once you're out in the ship, you have to find us all. Remember that there's 4 escape pods and 2 pressurized cargo holds. We won't have a lot of time. Icons be with you.
Make sure you
Absolutely. Yeah, we're right on that. As soon as we...
Oh, you guys are... Well, actually, where are you guys? So you guys left the 2 containers, and we are at... we're going to go back to, first of all, we're going to go back to Lloyd and John as you are coming back without cargo, basically.
I thought we were still moving them, but...
Oh, you were. Oh, then you can make a roll for it. I thought you guys gave up on it. Yeah, you can make it. You can spend another 10 minutes to try to move them, for sure.
What do you reckon? Or should we just leave it?
I mean, we've got some, and really, we're going to need. We don't know what's in this thing anyway. To be honest, we just need to make sure the ship's ready for takeoff, and there's no one trying to break into the thing or hanging off the legs when it takes off. It seems to be fairly unmolested at this stage, so.
I will say that, if the cargo in these crates, probably able to kind of see that there does seem to be some sort of electronics that are operating on it. From the outside, you see certain indicators. There are processes that are happening. It doesn't seem to be an inert cargo box. But again, you guys have... T-minus from where you guys are, 40 minutes left, and it will take you 10 minutes to operate the cargo loaders to try to get them on the other side.
What else can we do that's more productive?
I mean, I don't know what's going to require. Also, we were involved in trying to get the ship up and running.
Yeah, can we do anything like flicks and switches? Like pull the choke out?
You'd have to get to the ship first.
You might need to persuade whoever it is to let you on the ship without the cargo.
But they only ever spoke to your character, so...
That's true.
But I did tell
you. I tell you what, we'll get on with the cargo. We'll say we've got some cargo, and then we'll say, yeah, the other cargo will be along later on. And that'll be enough just to get us on the ship. And then once we're on the ship, we can then have another conversation with them.
All right, so you're on you're towards the ship. You catch up because it's easier for you to catch up without the exolorder with that one deckhand that seems to be competent in running an exo suit like that, an exo cargo loader, and you get to it and you kind of buzz in, and Sabetha goes, all right, Where's the rest of the cargo?
Oh, it's on its way. It's on its way. We had some trouble getting the autoloaders up and running. But
We have 30 minutes left before this whole thing goes off. It's on the way. You got to get it here.
Yes. They're
That's
right
what on
behind
the way
it.
means.
Just get this one. Yes.
On the way leads to here.
Okay.
Obviously.
So she'll open up and she'll allow that one, piece of cargo to get into the cargo hold, and there is a
How
cargo
about
hold there.
So does this ship still need a pilot?
This ship absolutely does need a pilot. I could probably show you the ship if I find it. I'm not sure if it's this one. Let me just view this.
And we get to assess like how much space there is in the cargo hold once this crate's in.
Yeah, there is space in the cargo hold for more in there. It would fit all 3 units here and a little more, but not much more. Yeah, we're gonna say yes. It would fit. And let me just I'll share all these levels with you so that you can. It's not important.
I don't know how the escape pod situation will work. We just harpoon them.
You need to put them in. You have to get them in the hold as well.
So they'd have to go in the hold. So
you have to try to get them in the hold. Once they're in the hold and you repressurize, you'll be able to go in and kind of get people. If that's what you want to do, again, that's up to you guys how you want to handle that.
I've had an idea.
Okay.
Can we convince this person that we've loaded the other crates into a bunch of the cargo containers or escape pods, whichever. There's a whole bunch of people that are heading to the cargo containers, right? That are pressurized.
Oh, yeah.
Can we convince this person that their equipment is in those cargo containers?
Yes.
That would be good.
Get the hell out of here, and we'll collect the cargo containers, which just happen to contain the people and not their stuff. But
Are they significantly larger than the ones that we've auto-loaded?
From space, it probably would be difficult to tell. I mean, yes, they probably are. But they're containers. It's yes, they would be. Yeah, the cargo hold here would actually have a lot more room. It would have room for what you would need in terms of those cargo containers that are the pressurized cargo containers. There are potentially 2 of them full of survivors. And how many survivors did you have following with you that are now in the ship with you now as well?
There's only one actually did the work.
yeah, they've got 1. We've got the other.
And you've got 4. Okay, that's excellent. All right, let's go back here. All right, very good. So we're going to say that 20 minutes left, and you do get on to the ship with the promise. Not everything is rolled. You promise that you're going to go out into space where you ejected these things, and she's very nervous. She said, "You ejected them into space. We have to get out of here quickly. We have to get out of here now." But unfortunately,
but there's no bloody pilot yet. So pilot's on his way.
No, the pilot has arrived. You have T minus 20 minutes.
Oh, okay, right.
Yes, 100%. So you get into you're in the pilot's role, but she doesn't have complete control over the ship, and we don't have anybody with data gen, correct? So go ahead
I have data gen.
So let's go ahead and let's see how long it takes you to break into this and how much time you have to save.
Oh, we got to break in. Oh, okay. Right.
Ooh. Right, it's not actually her ship. We're just stealing this one.
Oh, no. Come on. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Man.
And you're happy with that, I take it.
No, I'm not happy with that, Jake.
Oh, damn it. Well, your happiness makes me happy, really.
I'll take another darkness point, you fiend.
You are in, and you can go ahead and make a you can make your piloting roll now.
Okay.
Do you have anything we might need to sedate this this woman if she realizes?
Yeah, you've got a Vulcan carbine there. That'll sedate them. Okay, here goes.
With my technology tools, I've relabeled it sedate, full sedate.
All right. So yes, you do have you do go out and you are piloting, and you do have actually 10 minutes to
10
find
whole minutes.
10 whole minutes to try to find the 8 actually 6. So tell me, how are you going to find it's difficult.
Well, we've got sensors on this ship.
You have sensors on this ship. That we would have to use, yes.
But there's so much beacons on before they left.
Well, what beacons did you put in?
We want to be detecting life signs.
Well, like escape pods would have some kind of like transmitter on them.
Correct, but not the pressurized cargo.
But they're going to have life signs on them.
You can absolutely find that, but there is a lot of debris from around the area. So for the 4 escape pods, and for seeing how many you can get in the amount of time that you need, it's going to be because we do have the gathering the flock.
It's all of them, Jake. We're getting all of them.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. You may have left a few behind already.
Nope.
One of them, a bloody mess.
Oh.
Okay, so let's go to. So you do get data gen rolls for it. The the ones for the escape pods you can get a +3, but saying after the fact that you're putting in beacons in cargo containers, that one's not going to fly.
See, I don't think we'd have done that. I think it's going for life signs, isn't it? Is that something we can do? Which would be the obvious thing.
But again, the data gen is enough for the pods that have the 8 people in them. Okay. That's a minor success. You find 2 out of the 4, and you're able to get them aboard in 10 minutes. What is your next move going to be? The cargo containers that have up to 40 people in them, or 2 more pods that will be easier to find that have 8 people each.
Oh, you swine.
10 minutes before this whole thing blows.
We got to get, it's whatever has the most, right? We have to find the cargo containers. It's going to be harder, though, right?
But we got more chance of finding the smaller ones.
They could be all over the place.
Yeah.
And as you're making this decision, you hear some of the survivors saying, "Did you see? He shot him straight in the head. These people, straight in the head."
What did we say about witnesses? What did we say about witnesses?
He died. He didn't deserve to die. But God, these people are monsters.
He's alive because he's on the ship with the pilot that we saved.
You could have stayed behind.
That's right.
Let pilot concentrate. Let pilot concentrate. I mean, is there anything we can do with shoot magnetic cables out and try to tow these cargo things rather than get them into the?
That'd be technology.
I will let you, but again, I believe it's now more the velocity that's going to take you to escape this ticking time bomb. Will require you to have these things aboard. I mean, maybe they'll be fine, and other rescue crew will come back later with other ships to. Later. Maybe you're not their only hope. I mean, how much oxygen do you think they have in a pressurized cargo container? I'm sure it's at least hours, if not, less than hours.
Oh no. Okay.
I will entertain creative solutions, so I do appreciate that. That shows that we still have heart.
If we can utilize, if I can utilize the technology to get more out of the engine, so that we can escape after longer time,
Okay, I'll give you that. If you succeed with a critical success, you will get 3. You will get an extra 10 minutes.
A critical
All right. Well,
success.
I'm going to use my advanced tools to give me an extra die. I hope that worked.
Yeah, missing it by 1.
And I got 2.
Are you happy with that?
How badly do we want that extra 10 minutes?
Pretty badly.
I mean, he's got a big pile of darkness dice
look,
waiting to
he's got a lot of points. Nah.
Oh, yeah, no, 2 again.
Okay, all right. So what is our decision? You horrible people.
Well, I mean, whatever happens here, I know that we're not the horrible people, Jake.
We're doing a job making the best we can with the circumstances.
I know that it's you that will suffer most.
All right. Will you be making a datagen test at +3 or a regular datagen?
I will be making a regular datagen.
Okay. You've decided to go for the 2 cargo holds to save up to 80 survivors.
That's right.
Over 16.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a solid decision.
And you stud. I'm going to push that roll.
I didn't even ask you. I just added the point.
Frantically pushing buttons.
I just added the point automatically.
Yeah. Hitting the sensors. Ooh.
Okay, as your sensors and you're frantically going and you realize that there's tick tock, you're able to grab 1 out of the 2 containers.
Yeah.
And get it into the hole.
40 lives. 40 lives.
And
okay.
As you punch it to get out of the area of the Ghazali, and as the Ghazali explodes in a spectacular view of just space debris, and it's more impactful than the sun is now because it's so much closer to you. And as you hurtle out into space, I'm going to leave you with 2 things that occur before we end, and one of them is this: on your sensors, is it possible that you caught the signal of maybe one more ship, perhaps, that escaped? Maybe, I'm not quite sure what it was. If there is another ship, and as the GM uses some of his precious darkness points.
How many did you end up with at the end?
10. As the GM uses some of his precious darkness points left, while you're pondering that, and the pilot is piloting the ship and getting away, you hear growls coming from inside the ship. As
Alice.
4 Nicatra come out of hiding from one of the areas that holds. 2 of them seem to stand stoically guarding in front of the cockpit where the pilot is. And the other 2 look menacingly as everybody else. And we will stop today's session with my last words that I have for this campaign, which will be, everybody roll initiative.
Time to reload.